What if your entire world was threatened by the very shadows that whispered secrets in the night? In the Silent Vale, a dark fantasy brimming with magic, ancient forces, and the bonds of friendship, you'll follow Kaelan, a young herbalist on a perilous journey. When dark powers begin to invade his village and the enchanted forest, Kaelan must navigate the treacherous waters of trust and unity alongside the fierce Tamsin. With each secret uncovered, the stakes rise. Failure could mean losing everything he holds dear, while success might come at an even greater cost. Join us for Chapter 1 of The Silent Vale. Let the adventure begin.
Chapter 1. The Awakening. Kaelan kneels by a cluster of vibrant herbs, delicately plucking the leaves while focusing intently on their medicinal properties. He whispers to himself, recalling the elders' teachings about each plant's unique benefits, showcasing his knowledge. The sun filters through the trees, casting a dappled light that encourages his careful work. Kaelan picks a rare flower that blooms only once a year, emphasizing his skill and dedication. As he gathers the herbs, he glances around the serene forest, appreciating the stillness and beauty around him. With a hint of longing in his eyes, he contemplates the wider world beyond the woods, reflecting on his growing ambition. The distant caw of a crow echoes through the trees, a common omen in the village, indicating a storm is brewing. Kaelan pauses, tension rising as he considers the potential implications of the storm on his gathering. Quickly tying his herbs into a bundle, he feels a sense of urgency propelling him to finish before the weather worsens. He scans the skies, noting the ominous clouds gathering on the horizon, steeling himself against the worry creeping into his thoughts. With a purposeful breath, he starts to stand, focused on getting back to the village and ensuring everything is set before the storm hits. This moment of anxiety highlights his struggle between duty and the allure of adventure beyond the woods. Kaelan prepares to head home when Tamsin bursts into view, her bright smile a stark contrast to the darkening skies. "Kaelan, you won't believe what I heard from the village," she exclaims, her voice bubbling with excitement. Kaelan turns to face her, a grin breaking through his earlier tension as he asks, "What is it this time?" Tamsin eagerly describes rumors of a hidden treasure beyond the village, her eyes sparkling with the thrill of adventure and possibility. As she speaks, Kaelan feels a familiar tug of curiosity, even as a flicker of concern slithers through his mind about the potential dangers of pursuit. Their conversation highlights the contrast in their desires, Tamsin's adventurous spirit pushing against Kaelan's deeply rooted caution and sense of responsibility. As they walk toward the village, Tamsin recounts the elders' latest tale about a hidden kingdom buried deep within the forest. Kaelan listens intently, enchanted by the imagery of magical spirits and lost treasures, the words tugging at his imagination. "Imagine being able to uncover something so powerful," Tamsin says, wide-eyed, her excitement infecting the air between them. Kaelan's heart races at the thought, but he quickly brings himself back to reality as he thinks about the warnings given by the elder about the forest's dangers. He explains the need for caution, reminding Tamsin of the village's emphasis on respecting the boundaries between their world and the unknown. As they step into the village, Kaelan reflects on his dual longing for adventure and duty, understanding that his choices will shape the path ahead. As they enter the village, Kaelan inhales the familiar sense of cooking and freshly tilled earth, grounding him in the comfort of home. He exchanges greetings with fellow villagers, their laughter and chatter filling the air, reminding him of the ties that bind them all. Tamsin excitedly recounts her conversations about exploring the ruins, weaving tales of adventure that light up her eyes. Although Kaelan enjoys the camaraderie, he can't shake a flickering sense of anxiety, mindful of their responsibilities in the face of impending danger. He overhears discussions about the unease within the village regarding the darkening forest and the tales of strange happenings echoing through the streets. Kaelan realizes the tension is palpable. They are all drawn to curiosity about the unknown while feeling the weight of their obligations to protect their home. As dawn breaks, Kaelan stands at the threshold of his home, a mix of anticipation and trepidation stirring within him. With a resolute breath, he turns to Tamsin, who is already packing her supplies, brimming with excitement for their upcoming adventure. "Let's make sure we're prepared. We can't afford to be careless," he states, focusing on the task ahead while suppressing his swirling doubts. Tamsin looks up, her smile a beacon of enthusiasm. "We'll be fine. We'll face whatever comes our way." Kaelan nods, grateful for her unwavering spirit, though he can't help but feel the weight of their shared responsibilities. As the sun peaks over the horizon, casting golden light across the village, Kaelan steps forward into the day, ready to embrace the journey that lies ahead. Chapter 2: The Gathering. The village square is buzzing with excitement as townsfolk prepare for the upcoming festival, the air thick with the scent of baked bread and blooming flowers. Kaelan walks through the market, observing familiar stalls and faces, feeling a sense of warmth amid the vibrant atmosphere. He greets the baker, who hands him a still warm loaf, saying, "For the adventures you're about to embark on." Kaelan smiles appreciatively, accepting the bread with gratitude, a subtle reminder of the comforts of home. As he ventures further, he overhears snippets of conversation about stories and legends surrounding the forest, deepening his intrigue. The festival's lively energy juxtaposes with the unease rising within him, reminding Kaelan of the looming journey that awaits beyond the safety of the village. Kaelan pauses near the fountain at the center of the square, watching a group of children laughing and splashing water as they play. Their joy brings a smile to his face, a momentary distraction from his swirling thoughts about the impending journey. He gazes around, taking mental notes of the resources available, the barrels of supplies collected for the festival, and the gathering crowd filled with laughter and camaraderie. Feeling a sense of purpose, he decides to approach a nearby stall, engaging with the merchant who sells medicinal herbs, eager to secure additional supplies. "Could you spare some of this and some that?" he inquires, pointing to various herbs laid out and assessing what may enhance his preparations. The merchant nods enthusiastically, pleased to help, and Kaelan feels a sense of satisfaction as he gathers what he can, taking proactive steps toward their mission. As Kaelan gathers herbs, he notices a familiar face approaching, Elder Mira, her presence commanding respect and attention among the villagers. "Kaelan," she calls out, her voice steady and reassuring, "I trust you're preparing for your upcoming journey." He straightens, nodding, as a wave of admiration washes over him, appreciating her wisdom. "Yes, Elder. We're gathering supplies and planning our route." Mira studies him closely, the lines on her face creasing with concern. "Remember, the forest holds many secrets. You must tread carefully and stay united." Kaelan feels the weight of her words, acknowledging the power of the task ahead while grappling with the ambiguity that comes with venturing into the unknown. "Your guidance is invaluable," he replies earnestly, realizing how the elder's insights can shape the journey they're about to undertake. The exchange serves as a reminder of the responsibilities he carries as he prepares, and it inspires him to embrace the challenge ahead. As Kaelan continues speaking with Mira, she leans closer, her expression growing serious. "There are whispers among the villagers about the forest's unrest," she says, her tone low and urgent. Kaelan senses the depth of her concern and asks, "What do you mean? Is something more happening?" Mira hesitates, glancing around to ensure no one else is within earshot, then adds, "There are ancient forces at play, and they may be awakening. You must be vigilant." Kaelan's heart quickens. The notion of hidden threats weighs heavily on him. "I will heed your warning, Elder. We'll prepare for whatever lies ahead," he promises, newfound determination swelling within him. Kaelan returns to his preparations, the weight of Mira's words echoing in his mind as he ensures no detail is overlooked. He organizes the gathered herbs with renewed urgency, aware that the journey may be fraught with unforeseen dangers. Wandering a short distance, he approaches a nearby stall, where fellow villagers are busy preparing supplies for the festival. Their laughter a welcome distraction. "Do you need anything?" one villager asks, noticing Kaelan's contemplative demeanor. "Just ensuring I have everything needed for the journey," Kaelan replies, keeping the focus on his task, while feeling gratitude for the village's support. Amidst the bustling preparations, he takes a moment to appreciate the camaraderie of his community, knowing that this support will bolster his resolve as they face the challenge ahead. As the preparations begin to wind down, Kaelan finds himself standing at the edge of the village, staring out toward the dark silhouette of the forest. The sounds of laughter and celebration fade behind him, replaced by the whispering winds that carry a hint of unease. He reflects on the mission ahead, the promise he made to protect the village lingering in the back of his mind. "Are you ready for this?" Tamsin asks, joining him, her voice a mix of concern and excitement. Kaelan turns to her, determined yet contemplative. "I need to be. It's time to face whatever is waiting for us in there." Tamsin nods, her presence grounding him as they share a moment of understanding about the seriousness of the journey ahead. With one last glance at the village, Kaelan steels himself for the path that lies before them, embracing the uncertainty and the responsibility that comes with it. Chapter 3: The Crucible. As Kaelan and Tamsin step into the dense underbrush of the forest, an enveloping silence greets them, contrasting starkly with the lively atmosphere of the village. The air is thick with humidity, the faint rustle of leaves a reminder of the secrets hidden within the trees. Kaelan looks around, adjusting to the shadows that flicker between the trunks and the dappled sunlight peeking through the foliage. "Stay close," he instructs, awareness sharpening as they navigate the unfamiliar terrain, the path feeling foreign and uncertain. Tamsin strides beside him, eyes wide with wonder, frequently glancing up at the treetops where birds flit among the branches. The deeper they venture, the more Kaelan becomes attuned to the sounds surrounding them, feeling a mixture of exhilaration and trepidation as they embark on this journey into the unknown. Kaelan finds a moment to pause and take stock of the environment, understanding that slight changes could mean significant threats. He studies the varying patterns of the foliage, noting how certain plants seem to thrive near the paths worn by unknown creatures. "Look at the ground," he points out to Tamsin, who stops to inspect a series of small, deep tracks leading deeper into the forest. "Whatever made these could be nearby. We should tread carefully," he cautions, his instincts alerting him to the risks of their journey. Tamsin nods, adjusting her grip on her spear, her earlier excitement momentarily tempered by Kaelan's observations. Feeling the weight of their choices, Kaelan knows they must be meticulous if they are to unearth the forest's mysteries without falling into its traps. As they press on, the underbrush becomes denser, and shadows lengthen, creating a canopy that seems to swallow the light. Kaelan signals for Tamsin to stay alert, aware that they could be walking into unknown dangers. Suddenly, a low growl rumbles from the shadows, causing both of them to freeze in place, hearts racing. Kaelan glances at Tamsin, eyes wide, and whispers, "We need to be quiet and assess what's out there," his voice tense but steady. Without alerting whatever lurks nearby, they exchange glances, acknowledging that this moment could determine their survival. Drawing upon the skills he has honed, Kaelan begins to assess the ground for clues, trying to remember the elders' advice about respecting the forest's balance while staying cautious. Kaelan crouches low, peering through the thick underbrush as he tries to catch sight of the source of the growl. His heart pounds in his chest, adrenaline coursing through him as he whispers to Tamsin, "We need to move quietly and find a way around." Tamsin nods, her eyes scanning the surroundings, feeling the tension in the air and matching Kaelan's focus. Kaelan's mind races, weighing their options. They could either confront whatever is lurking or try to avoid it altogether. "Let's create a distraction," he suggests, recalling the elders' teachings about using the forest's environment to their advantage. They both nod in agreement, rushing to compile rocks and nearby branches to throw at a distance, intending to draw the creature's attention away from them. Kaelan and Tamsin quickly gather their makeshift projectiles, choosing rocks with weight and sturdy branches that can be easily thrown. With a silent count, they prepare to launch their distraction, hearts pounding in anticipation of what might happen next. On 3, Kaelan whispers, feeling the tension thick in the air as they ready themselves. When he reaches 3, they hurl the objects toward a cluster of trees farther into the woods. The sound of crashing wood echoing across the quiet landscape. Immediately, the growling ceases, and rustling emerges from the direction of the thrown distractions, drawing whatever presence was lurking closer to investigate. Kaelan feels a rush of adrenaline as he sees the shadowy figure moving away from them, his strategy proving effective in redirecting the threat. Now, let's move, he urges, sensing the opportunity to slip past the unseen danger while adrenaline fuels their escape. Kaelan and Tamsin move swiftly through the underbrush, hearts racing as they take advantage of the distraction. The forest feels alive around them, the rustling of leaves along with whispered secrets in the wind urging them forward. Kaelan remains acutely aware of their surroundings, his senses heightened after the earlier encounter, diligent in scanning for further threats. Tamsin stays close, mirroring his caution while occasionally glancing back to ensure the creature hasn't followed them. "Do you think it's safe now?" she asks, her voice barely above a whisper, reflecting the last traces of anxiety. Kaelan nods, feeling the rush of possibility as they emerge into a clearing bathed in sunlight, finding a moment of respite as they regroup to reassess their path forward. Chapter 4. The Turning Point. Stepping into the clearing, Kaelan takes a moment to assess their surroundings, breathing in the tranquility that contrasts sharply with the earlier tension. The sunlight filters through the canopy overhead, illuminating patches of vibrant wildflowers that sway gently in the breeze. Kaelan feels a sense of hope wash over him, the beauty of the forest reminding him of the connection he has to the land they strive to protect. "Look at this place," Tamsin says, her voice filled with wonder as she kneels to examine a cluster of blossoms, her enthusiasm infectious. Kaelan smiles, appreciating the momentary escape from danger, yet a sense of urgency lingers in the back of his mind, reminding him of their mission's stakes. "This might be our chance to gather more resources while we can," he suggests, reinforcing their purpose as he looks around for anything useful they can find. Kaelan begins scavenging the area, searching for any medicinal plants or supplies that can aid the village in the face of the looming threat. He examines the bright flowers blossoming beneath the trees, recalling the elders' teachings about their uses and potential benefits in remedies. Tamsin joins him, eagerly plucking samples and offering them to Kaelan. "These could help. We should add them to our supplies." Kaelan nods appreciatively. Watching her enthusiasm reinvigorate their efforts, feeling the weight of their task sinking in, yet emboldened by their collaboration. As they sift through the lush growth, Kaelan spots a familiar herb and leans down to collect it, feeling a rush of satisfaction at each find. "This will be useful for our defenses," he says, tucking it into his satchel, grateful for the moment to gather resources while the forest feels deceptively peaceful. As they gather supplies, a low growl emanates from the edge of the clearing, causing both Kaelan and Tamsin to freeze in place, eyes wide in alarm. Kaelan scans the dense foliage, heart racing, the memory of the earlier ambush flashing across his mind as tension rises again. "Tamsin, stay alert," he whispers, instinctively positioning himself between her and the source of the noise, ready to protect her. Suddenly, a shadowy figure darts through the underbrush, and Kaelan's breath catches in his throat, poised for action as he seeks to identify whether it's friend or foe. "Do you see what it is?" Tamsin asks, her voice a mix of fear and curiosity, trying to peer around him. With senses heightened, Kaelan squints, determination settling over him, as he realizes they must confront whatever threat lies ahead together. As the underbrush rustles, A sleek creature emerges, its fur glistening under the filtered light, revealing itself to be a curious fox rather than an enemy. Kaelan allows himself a sigh of relief, the tension in his shoulders easing as he lowers his guard, watching the fox approach cautiously. Tamsin chuckles softly, breaking the moment of fear. I think it's just as curious about us as we are about it. The fox tilts its head, studying them with intelligent eyes, seemingly aware of their presence and the unusual energy surrounding the grove. Maybe it's a sign, Kaelan muses, feeling a bond with the forest forming again as he kneels to offer a small piece of dried fruit from his pack. The creature sniffs the offering before darting away, leaving Kaelan reflective about the hidden connections within the forest, urging him to remain attuned to the magic around them. This moment showcases both the beauty of their environment and the importance of embracing the unknown as they continue their quest, pushing aside the fear from earlier. Continuing their journey, Kaelan feels a sense of determination pulsing through him, challenged by the uncertainties of the forest, but buoyed by their earlier encounter. As they progress, he encourages Tamsin to share her thoughts on the magical energies they might encounter, eager to draw upon her insights. What if there's a way to communicate with the spirits here? Maybe we can invite them to aid us, she suggests. Pondering the potential of their journey, Kaelan nods thoughtfully. That's a brilliant idea. If we can connect with them, it might guide us in understanding the disturbances. With newfound enthusiasm, he starts searching for natural symbols or signs that could facilitate their connection to the spirits, feeling the energy of the grove shifting with each step. The forest around them feels almost alive, whispering secrets as Kaelan embraces the idea of this deeper attunement. The journey ahead becoming more than just an obligation. It's an opportunity for discovery. Their bond strengthens as they work together, two explorers driven by curiosity and the promise of what lies just beyond the next curve in their path. As they continue through the grove, a faint shimmer catches Kaelan's eye, drawing him closer to a cluster of ancient stones covered in moss and vines. He instinctively reaches out to touch the weathered surface, feeling a warmth coursing through his fingertips, a sign of dormant magic lingering within the stones. Tamsin steps beside him, her own eyes wide with wonder. Do you think this could be a way to connect with the spirits? Yes, Kaelan replies, a spark of excitement igniting in his chest. These stones may hold the key to unlocking the voices of the forest. He studies the symbols etched into the rock, their intricate designs telling stories that resonate with the elders' tales. Let's try to replicate the patterns with some of the clay I brought, Kaelan suggests, quickly gathering materials from his pack to create imprints of the symbols. Tamsin cheerfully helps him, forming the clay into shapes that mirror the carvings, feeling the atmosphere shift as their efforts progress. With each impression, Kaelan can sense the welcoming energy of the grove, compelling him to believe that they are on the verge of forging a deeper connection with the land around them. Chapter 5: The Confrontation. With the clay symbols completed, Kaelan and Tamsin step back, eyeing their work with anticipation as a sense of purpose fills the air around them. Now, let's see if the spirits respond, Kaelan murmurs, feeling a mixture of hope and apprehension stir within him. Tamsin kneels beside the stones, brushing her fingers along the imprints, whispering, "We come in peace, seeking your guidance." Kaelan closes his eyes, centering himself while channeling the energy from the grove through his hands, pressing them against the cool stones. A shiver runs through him, as if the earth beneath is awakening, and he opens his eyes to find the symbols beginning to glow faintly. The air thickens with anticipation, and suddenly, the gentle breeze shifts, carrying an electric charge that raises the hairs on the back of his neck. Did you feel that? Tamsin's voice is filled with wonder as she watches the imprints pulse with light, sympathy radiating from their surroundings. Kaelan nods, feeling a connection forming, knowing that they are on the brink of something profound. As the glow intensifies, A soft melodic whisper weaves through the grove, humming like a distant song that sends shivers down Kaelan's spine. "Listen closely," he urges Tamsin, feeling the vibrations resonate in his core, urging him to remain attuned to the forest's response. The atmosphere grows thick with anticipation, and Kaelan feels as if the spirits are awakening, eager to communicate. Suddenly, a vivid image flashes in his mind, a glimpse of the ancient forest's heart and the shadowy figures that disrupt its balance. Tamsin gasps, her eyes wide as the whispers grow clearer, vibrant as they spiral around them, seemingly urging not only to listen but to act. "This is incredible. They're guiding us," she exclaims, excitement mingling with the reverence of the moment. Inspired and filled with a sense of newfound purpose, Kaelan commits to following the guidance. Determined to protect the forest and its inhabitants, Kaelan feels the energy around him shift as a shadow moves near the edges of their awareness, bringing tension back into the moment. "Do you feel that?" he asks Tamsin, his pulse quickening as the whispering becomes more urgent, almost frantic. "Yes, it feels like it's warning us of something," Tamsin replies, tense with anticipation, her eyes searching the underbrush for signs of movement. Kaelan refocuses, channeling the wisdom imparted to them, drawing on the lessons learned during their journey. Patience and observation become essential tools. The weight of responsibility settles on his shoulders, amplifying his awareness of the potential threat lurking in the shadows. "Let's stay alert and ready to react," he instructs the group, embodying the notion that their connection with the spirits can guide their actions. As they prepare for the unknown, Kaelan understands that this moment will test their resolve once more, solidifying their mission to protect the harmony of the forest. As the whispers intensify, shadows coalesce into distinct figures, their forms shifting and warping as they move closer to Kaelan and Tamsin. Kaelan can feel the protective energy around him begin to wane, replaced by an ominous dread that seeps into the clearing. "Stand firm," he commands the group, drawing on the resolve he gained from previous challenges while bracing himself for the approaching figures. The figures materialize into menacing shapes, revealing themselves as dark woodland spirits, their intentions unclear yet threatening. Tamsin grips her spear tightly, fear flickering in her eyes as she stands resolutely beside Kaelan, prepared to confront whatever comes next. Kaelan's heart races, recalling the connection they had felt with the spirits earlier. He wonders if there's a way to reach out, to communicate rather than clash. Kaelan takes a deep breath, grounding himself as he recalls the lessons learned about communication with the forest spirits. "Wait," he urges the group, raising a hand to halt their movements, wanting to avoid unnecessary confrontation. "Let's try to reach a peaceful understanding before we resort to fighting," he says, wanting to assert their intentions without aggression. Tamsin looks at him, uncertainty mixed with hope. "You really think it'll work? They seem pretty angry already." "Yes," Kaelan replies firmly. "If we show respect and openness, maybe they'll respond positively." He steps forward cautiously, lowering his weapon, and raises his hands in a gesture of peace, calling out, "We mean no harm. We seek your guidance and understanding." As the dark spirits pause, an electric silence fills the air, and Kaelan feels the tension shift, sensing that they are teetering on the edge of either confrontation or collaboration. The dark spirits hover, their forms shifting and swirling, as they seem to process Kaelan's words. An unsettling energy hangs in the air, the whispers growing softer, almost curious rather than hostile now. Kaelan holds his ground, confidence surging as he continues to project sincerity. "We seek to learn and help restore balance to the forest. Please share your wisdom with us." One of the spirits glides forward, its features becoming more defined in the light that filters through the trees. "Why do you disturb our peace?" it asks, its voice echoing like rustling leaves, filled with both authority and cautious curiosity. Kaelan seizes the moment, We wish to protect the grove and the village nearby. Your knowledge could guide us in tackling the darkness that threatens both." As the spirit contemplates his answer, Kaelan feels the weight of responsibility pressing upon him. Realizing this shared understanding could lead to mutual respect and cooperation. Chapter 6. The Path Forward. The spirit's presence grows more intense, the air shimmering with energy as it processes Kaelan's words. After what feels like an eternity, it finally speaks again, its voice resonating with timeless authority. "To help you, we must first understand your hearts. What lies beyond your desire for protection?" Kaelan feels the scrutiny of the spirit, the weight of its gaze pressing him to delve deeper into his motivations. He realizes that this moment could determine the outcome of their plea for aid. "We seek to preserve not just our own safety, but the balance of the forest and its spirits," Kaelan responds earnestly, choosing his words carefully, driven by a desire for harmony. Tamsin stands beside him, her hand resting on the hilt of her weapon, poised in case tensions rise again, yet grounded in the spirit of cooperation. The other warriors settle into a tense silence, breathing attentively as Kaelan continues. "We know that the darkness disrupts the harmony, affecting everyone, spirits and mortals alike." The spirit seems to consider his words, and Kaelan feels a spark of hope ignite within him, knowing that this connection could lead to a powerful alliance. The spirit shifts, its form swirling gracefully as it contemplates Kaelan's sincerity, the air around them crackling with anticipation. Finally it speaks, its voice flowing like a gentle breeze. "You understand the balance, but words alone cannot mend what has been severed. Action is required." Kaelan's heart races at the prospect of proving their intentions. Each word holds the weight of responsibility that reverberates in his chest. "What must we do?" Tamsin asks, her eagerness evident, eager to contribute and solidify their resolve in the spirit's eyes. The spirit gestures towards the heart of the grove, revealing a glimmering path. There lies an ancient relic, an embodiment of the forest's magic. It has been corrupted. Return it to its rightful place, and peace may follow. Kaelan nods, determination settling within him as he considers the challenge laid before them, envisioning the cooperation needed from his allies. "Then we will retrieve the relic and restore what was lost," he asserts, feeling a mix of trepidation and resolve as the path before them grows clearer. As the spirit reveals the path, Kaelan feels a surge of urgency rush through him, aware that every moment counts in this delicate balance of fate. "We should move quickly and quietly," he instructs the group, rallying them around their new objective. The warriors nod, energized by Kaelan's determination, their camaraderie solidifying as they prepare to embark toward the heart of the grove. Tamsin gathers a few essential items, turning to Kaelan for confirmation. "Are we ready?" "We need to ensure we're well equipped." Kaelan scans the faces of the warriors, noting their resolve, but also sensing an undercurrent of anxiety amid their enthusiasm. "Trust in our strengths and the guidance we've received," he reminds them, wanting to reassure not just the team, but himself as well. Their shared purpose ignites a collective energy, pushing aside doubts as they begin to move, forging ahead into the unknown with Kaelan at the helm. As they venture deeper into the grove, the atmosphere shifts, the air growing heavier with anticipation and a hint of something darker. Kaelan leads the group confidently, but as they navigate the twisting paths, he feels the weight of the forest pressing in around them, the shadows thickening. "Stay close and watch for any signs of danger," he instructs, casting cautious glances over his shoulder as the murmur of the forest grows quieter. Suddenly, the group encounters a barrier of thorny vines obstructing their path, sharp and dense, challenging their advance. Kaelan assesses the situation quickly, recalling tactics learned in previous encounters, realizing they must work together to clear a way forward. "Let's carefully cut some of these vines back. We can create an opening," he decides, quickly signaling for the warriors to take out their weapons and tools. With determination, the group rallies around. swiftly working to trim the thorns, while Kaelan keeps a watchful eye on their surroundings, knowing the urgency of the mission demands all their focus. As the warriors work diligently, Kaelan's determination fuels their efforts, but he notices some of them growing weary under the strain of battling the thick vines. "Keep it steady, we're almost through," he calls out, his voice chopping through the haze of frustration in the air. Tamsin hacks away at the vines beside him, her brow furrowed in concentration and resolve, mirroring Kaelan's commitment to their mission. Suddenly, Rurik lets out a frustrated grunt, struggling to cut through an especially thick vine. "These are tougher than they look," he exclaims, wiping sweat from his brow. Kaelan hurries to assist, standing shoulder to shoulder with Rurik. "Let's try working together. If we coordinate our cuts, we can break through faster." Rurik glances at Kaelan, recognizing the unity in ownership. "All right, let's see what we can do." With renewed focus, they synchronize their movements, combining their strength to slice through the vines more effectively, demonstrating the power of teamwork in overcoming obstacles. After several moments of coordinated effort, the group finally manages to clear enough vines to create an opening, and a palpable sense of relief washes over them. Kaelan steps through the newly formed gap first, glancing back at Tamsin and the warriors with a smile. "Good work, everyone. Let's move," he encourages, feeling a surge of pride in their teamwork. As they progress, the forest opens up, revealing a shimmering pond surrounded by flowers radiating warmth, an enchanting sight that captivates the group. Kaelan feels a sense of renewal as they approach the water, realizing the beauty around them symbolizes hope amid uncertainty. "Let's take a moment to regroup and refocus," he suggests, understanding the importance of acknowledging their progress before pushing onward. This beat highlights the way Kaelan's leadership fosters a sense of unity and resilience, reminding everyone that even obstacles can lead to rewarding discoveries. Chapter 7: The Search for Allies. As Kaelan and Tamsin gather around the shimmering pond, the atmosphere feels charged with possibility. A momentary pause amidst their arduous journey. Kaelan kneels by the water's edge, observing the reflective surface and contemplating the essence they discovered earlier in the grove. "Let's take stock of what we've gathered so far," he suggests, pulling out the items they collected, feeling the weight of responsibility settle over him. Tamsin nods enthusiastically, her energy revitalized by the beauty of the surroundings. "I can help. Let's figure out what we need next." Kaelan smiles at her eagerness, feeling grateful for her unwavering support and partnership. Together, they lay out the herbs, with Tamsin highlighting the magical properties of some flora found along their path. This act of gathering not only grounds their progress, but also ignites Kaelan's sense of purpose, reminding him of the balance between nature and their mission ahead. Kaelan organizes the herbs and items methodically, taking the time to appreciate each one's unique qualities and their potential roles in the journey ahead. He pulls out his notebook, flipping through pages filled with notes, sketches, and wisdom shared by the elder about the forest's magic. "Here, let's check our inventory against what we think we'll need," he says, gesturing for Tamsin to join him in the planning. "Right, we should identify any key herbs for healing or energy. Those will be essential for the challenges we face," Tamsin replies, her eyes sparkling with purpose. As they work together, Kaelan notices how the act of collaboration builds natural chemistry between them, strengthening their resolve. With each item categorized, a clearer picture forms in his mind, reinforcing his confidence that their preparations are taking shape as they prepare for the unknown. As Kaelan and Tamsin finish organizing their supplies, the atmosphere around the pond shifts, and they hear the approach of the woodland warriors returning from their tasks. The warriors bring with them bundles of additional resources, fresh herbs, food, and makeshift weapons, all indicative of the collective effort to prepare for the challenges ahead. "Look what we found," one warrior calls out, presenting a vibrant assortment of herbs with rare medicinal properties, their enthusiasm infectious. Kaelan's eyes widen, appreciating the discovery and how it enhances their overall strategy. "Perfect. This will bolster our defenses," he replies, feeling energized by the collaboration. However, As the group settles to share their findings, Rurik's skeptical voice rises above the others, questioning the effectiveness of the herbs they've gathered. Are these really enough to face what's out there? We need more than just plants. Kaelan feels frustration bubbling up, but he recognizes the need to address Rurik's concerns, aware that their dynamics could shift significantly if doubt lingers. We're strengthening our capabilities with what we have and know, Kaelan states firmly, reaffirming his confidence in maintaining unity while addressing the varying perspectives. Kaelan takes a deep breath, the tension sharp in the air as he directly addresses Rurik's doubts, wanting to maintain focus on the mission. Every piece counts. These herbs may seem small, but they're crucial in fortifying our defenses, he insists, standing confidently before the group. As he speaks, he recalls the wisdom of the elder about combining their strengths, and feels a swell of resolve as he gestures toward the gathered resources. Together, with our knowledge and experience, we can make the most of what we have. Let's not underestimate our potential, Kaelan reinforces, aiming to ensure the warriors understand the importance of their contributions. Rurik's expression softens slightly, but residual skepticism lingers, leading Kaelan to offer, "Let us test these herbs together. Create a demonstration so everyone can see their effectiveness." Tamsin jumps in, enthusiasm brightening her eyes. "I can help. Let's combine some herbs for a healing salve right now." As they prepare to move forward, Kaelan feels encouraged by Tamsin's support and the willingness of the group to collaborate, easing some of the earlier tensions. As Tamsin gathers the necessary ingredients, Kaelan watches her carefully, feeling a renewed sense of purpose wash over him. She deftly combines various herbs, her hands moving with practiced ease, and Kaelan admires her determination and skill. "Here, try this mixture," she says, offering him a small vial filled with a bubbling concoction, excitement evident in her tone. Kaelan takes a cautious sip, surprised by the refreshing taste as it ignites a spark of energy within him. "This is incredible, Tamsin. You've really honed your skills," he remarks, feeling gratitude for their partnership and the progress they've made. With the warriors gathered around, Tamsin explains the properties of each herb, reinforcing their knowledge and building confidence amongst the group. Kaelan can sense the shift in dynamics as warriors express enthusiasm, ready to learn and engage, understanding their knowledge is a valuable asset for their mission ahead. As the group experiments with the herbal mixtures, Kaelan feels the energy in the clearing shift, infused with collaboration and purpose. One warrior, eager to contribute, steps forward and asks, "Can these herbs really make a difference when we face the darkness?" Kaelan nods confidently. "Absolutely. Each of us brings unique strengths. Together, this is how we'll thrive and protect our home." He watches as the warriors mix their own combinations. Inspired by Tamsin's demonstration, it's a moment of collective growth that harmonizes their efforts. Feeling the surge of enthusiasm among them, Kaelan realizes that this shared activity is solidifying their bond, transforming uncertainty into a shared mission. Suddenly, an unexpected noise from the forest catches their attention, causing the group to tense and focus on the potential threat. Kaelan quickly shouts, "Stay alert. We need to be ready to adapt to whatever comes next," feeling the adrenaline flow as he prepares to lead them into action. Chapter 8. The Trials of Trust. With the preparations complete, Kaelan guides the group into the depths of the forest, a sense of urgency thrumming at his core. As they walk, Tamsin keeps close, her hand tightly gripping her weapon, the atmosphere thickening with tension as they approach the unknown. "Do you think the spirits will help us?" she asks, glancing around, her curiosity mingling with concern. Kaelan contemplates her question, recognizing the unresolved feelings surrounding their connection with the forest spirits after their last encounter. "I hope so. We need their guidance and support to face the darkness," he replies, his voice steady but with underlying uncertainty. The deeper they delve, the more he senses that something is amiss, an unsettling presence looming just beyond their sight. Determined to stay focused, Kaelan reminds himself that they must confront the challenges ahead with courage and unity. As they press onward, Kaelan focuses on every sound, the rustling of leaves and distant creature calls amplifying his awareness. He recalls the lesson from Elder Mira about patience and mindfulness, reinforcing the importance of remaining attuned to their environment. Everyone stay in pairs. Keep your eyes peeled for anything out of the ordinary, he instructs, using his experience to reinforce their strategy. Tamsin nods, keeping her proximity to Kaelan as they share small glances, comforted by their partnership amid the tension of the unfamiliar terrain. Kaelan notices a subtle shift in the environment. The air grows still, and the usual sounds of the forest seem muted, raising the hairs on his arms. Something's not right, he murmurs under his breath, feeling the weight of responsibility as he leads the group, sensing that danger may be lurking just out of sight. Suddenly, a rustling from the bushes draws everyone's attention, the noise sharp and jarring against the late afternoon silence of the grove. Kaelan motions for the group to halt, adrenaline surging as he assesses the underbrush where the sound originated. "Stay low," he whispers urgently, positioning himself to act as a barrier between the noise and his companions. As he scans the area, a small group of creatures emerges, their bright eyes reflecting the dappled sunlight, a mix of woodland spirits, seemingly curious rather than aggressive. Tamsin relaxes slightly, a smile creeping onto her face. "They're not here to attack. Look how inquisitive they are." Kaelan feels a wave of relief wash over him, grateful that the creatures pose no threat, yet remains cautious of their presence. "Let's observe, but remain vigilant. We need to understand what they're trying to communicate," he instructs, embodying the adaptable leadership skills he has cultivated throughout their journey. Kaelan watches as the woodland spirits approach, their forms shimmering in the sunlight, moving gracefully through the underbrush. He takes a cautious step forward, curiosity mingling with apprehension, hoping to connect with them as he did before. "Does anyone have a way to communicate with them?" he asks, glancing back at the warriors, his heart racing with anticipation. Tamsin steps up, recalling their previous encounter. "I think if we're gentle and respectful." As Kaelan presents his hand, the spirits begin to move closer, their luminous forms shimmering with ethereal light, creating a mesmerizing display. Kaelan feels a deep connection forming, his heart pounding with excitement as he notices their energy pulsing in response to his intent. One of the spirits, slightly bolder than the rest, drifts forward and hovers near his palm, emanating a warm, inviting glow. "Please, share with us what you know," he implores gently. As the spirit seems to convey a message through its vibrant aura, the surrounding warriors watch in awe, the tension from earlier dissipating as they sense the magic intertwining with their hopes for cooperation. Kaelan's confidence swells as the spirit begins to reveal images, a flicker of dark shadows encroaching upon the grove, intertwined with the roots of the ancient trees. Realizing the complexity of the issues at hand, he understands that this moment of connection will guide their next actions, significantly shaping their approach to the challenge ahead. As the images play out in his mind, Kaelan's resolve strengthens, realizing the urgency of their quest is entwined with the very spirit of the forest. "Those shadows, they're moving closer," he whispers, turning to the warriors with newfound clarity, his voice steady and commanding. "We need to act swiftly and strategically to prevent this darkness from spreading. We must gather whatever intel we can from the spirits." Tamsin's eyes widen with determination. "Let's formulate a plan to intercept the shadows before they reach the village. We can't let fear dominate us." The spirits pulse with energy, as if acknowledging their intentions, reinforcing Kaelan's commitment to protecting both the village and the forest. Kaelan feels an intoxicating mixture of responsibility and inspiration. He understands that this moment will not only shape their actions, but also define the relationships that have formed through their journey. With each decision made, Kaelan knows they are building a foundation for unity, ready to face the shadows together. No longer just a group of individuals, but a cohesive force born from trust and shared purpose. Chapter 9. The Last Goodbye. Kaelan stands at the edge of the village, the rising sun casting a golden hue over the familiar landscape, a stark contrast to the darkness they have faced. The preparations for their journey have begun, villagers bustling about, gathering supplies while whispers of the previous night's events circulate through the square. He feels a bittersweet ache, knowing that as they prepare to venture back into the forest, they are leaving behind the comfort of home, yet again. Let's ensure we're equipped for anything that comes our way, he tells Tamsin as she joins him, her expression lit with determination. As they organize their gear and gather final supplies, Kaelan catches sight of Eldrin, his earlier skepticism palpable, as he approaches them with a furrowed brow. Are you sure you want to go again, Kaelan? You've already faced so much. What more do you seek? He challenges, his tone probing and concerned. Kaelan feels the weight of Eldrin's doubts, but stands firm, understanding that their mission is essential for the safety of both the village and the forest. Kaelan takes a moment to steady himself, gauging the seriousness of Eldrin's words as the villagers continue their preparations around them. I'm not seeking to chase shadows, he replies earnestly, wanting to convey both confidence and urgency. We have to confront the darkness before it spreads. Ignoring it won't make it disappear. Eldrin crosses his arms, skepticism lingering in his expression. But what if it's too dangerous? You've already risked so much. Kaelan feels the tension in the air, knowing he must address the fear embodied in Eldrin's doubt. Tamsin and I have learned so much. We are not going into this blind. We have allies now, and we can face these threats together, he explains, his voice firm as he emphasizes the importance of collaboration. Tamsin steps closer, backing Kaelan. We've proven ourselves before. We can do this. Her enthusiasm contrasts with Eldrin's apprehension, a clear reminder of the different perspectives within the village. Kaelan looks closely at Eldrin, hoping to encourage a transformation in perception. We need warriors like you by our side, and I truly believe we can protect this village and the forest. As Kaelan speaks, he notices other villagers gathering, their ears piqued by the tensions rising between him and Eldrin. The whispers around them shift, some villagers empathizing with Kaelan's resolve, while others echo Eldrin's doubts, creating a palpable division in the crowd. I'm not saying this is easy, Kaelan continues, aiming to reassure, but we can't fight the darkness without facing it head-on. We need to stand together. Tamsin chimes in, enthusiasm shining through her concern. Our journey has shown us the importance of unity. If we want to keep our home safe, we have to act now. Eldrin weighs the words, sensing the underlying determination in Kaelan's eyes, and Tamsin's loyal spirit. But the skepticism in his own heart still holds him back. As other villagers nod in agreement with Kaelan, he begins to draw strength from their support, feeling the collective spirit grow. This moment encapsulates the complexities of collective fears and aspirations, as Kaelan stands firm, realizing the impact of his leadership in encouraging unity amid uncertainty. Kaelan takes a deep breath, feeling the pressure of the moment, and looks around at the faces watching him intently. Together, we can prepare for what's coming, he asserts, striving to instill strength in his words as he searches for familiar faces in the crowd. We've weathered storms before. This is our home, and it deserves our protection. A warrior steps forward, feeling empowered by Kaelan's leadership. I'm in. We won't let fear dictate our actions. Encouraged, Kaelan continues. We need to gather resources, strengthen our defenses, and fortify the village. This is our time to act. With each declaration, he feels a flicker of confidence ignite among the villagers, their determination beginning to counterbalance any lingering doubts. As discussions grow more animated, Kaelan embraces the momentum, drawing strength from the conviction reflected in the eyes surrounding him. realizing they are united in purpose. As the crowd begins to mobilize and gather supplies, Kaelan feels a rush of energy coursing through him, the collective spirit invigorating all their efforts. He assigns roles, directing the more experienced warriors to fortify the village's perimeter while others begin preparing traps in the surrounding woods. "Let's make sure every entrance is secured. We'll devise a plan that allows us to defend what's ours," he instructs firmly, confident in his newfound authority. Kaelan notices Tamsin coordinating a group of younger warriors, their faces alight with determination, showing how his leadership is inspiring others to step up. While working side by side, a warrior expresses concern about the uncertainty of their path, questioning, "What if we fail to protect our home?" Kaelan turns to him, feeling a surge of responsibility as he reassures the group, "We won't. We'll adapt to every challenge and emerge stronger together." This moment reinforces Kaelan's maturity as a leader. He recognizes that fostering confidence within the group is as important as the physical preparations they are making. As the final preparations come together, Kaelan takes a moment to survey the bustling village, feeling the pulse of urgency and determination in the air. He watches as villagers work alongside warriors, strengthening the barriers and reinforcing their collective commitment to protect their home. "Once this is all set, we'll have a strategy in place for whatever comes next," he reminds the group, reinforcing unity as he feels the approach of evening. The shadows begin to deepen, but instead of fear, Kaelan feels a steady resolve, knowing they are better prepared than ever before. He gathers the warriors again, raising his voice above the sounds of activity. "Stay focused and remember our purpose. Trust each other, and we'll emerge from this stronger." With a final nod of encouragement, Kaelan feels the camaraderie solidify. He understands that their resolve has become a powerful tool in facing the impending threats. This concluding moment solidifies his role as a leader, seamlessly intertwining his growth with the unity and strength of the community they have built together. Chapter 10. Into the Unknown. As the first light of dawn breaks through the horizon, Kaelan stands at the threshold of the forest, feeling the cool morning air wash over him. The village lies behind him, its familiar sounds fading into the distance, replaced by the gentle rustle of leaves and the calls of awakening wildlife. He takes a deep breath, steadying himself for the journey ahead, acutely aware of the responsibility resting on his shoulders. "Today is the day," he whispers to himself, determination coursing through him as he grips the totem tightly, feeling its warmth radiate reassurance. Tamsin approaches, her expression a mix of excitement and nerves. "Ready to face whatever's waiting for us?" she asks, her voice bright against the backdrop of nature. Kaelan turns to her, seeing the trust in her eyes and feeling bolstered by her support as they step into the unknown together. Kaelan and Tamsin move deeper into the forest, the path winding between ancient trees and dense underbrush, each step resonating with the thrill of their mission. Kaelan's senses heighten as he observes the intricacies of the surroundings, the way the light filters through the leaves and dances on the forest floor, reminding him of the beauty and peril that coexist in this realm. "Stay close and keep an eye out for any signs of trouble," he instructs, maintaining a palpable focus as they navigate through the twisting paths. Tamsin nods, prepared and alert, her curiosity piqued by every unusual rustle or shadow that flits across their vision. "Who knows what we'll encounter in here? Let's be ready for anything," she replies, her enthusiasm blending seamlessly with Kaelan's more cautious approach. Kaelan feels a sense of camaraderie blossom between them, the shared goal reinforcing their resolve as they push into the heart of the forest. As they delve deeper into the forest, Kaelan remains vigilant, constantly scanning for any signs of the disturbances or shifts in the atmosphere. Suddenly, a faint glow catches his attention, drawing him toward a cluster of luminescent flowers, nestled at the base of an ancient oak. "Look at these," he exclaims, kneeling to examine their delicate petals, feeling a sense of awe wash over him as he recognizes their potential uses. Tamsin crouches beside him, her excitement infectious. "We should gather some. These could help us in our preparations back at the village." Kaelan nods in agreement, marveling at how serendipitous this find might be in their journey. He carefully begins to collect the flowers, ensuring not to uproot the plants entirely. As he works, he senses a subtle shift in the air again, a whispering current that reminds him of the spirits, urging him to remain connected to the forces at play around them. "Let's be quick. We still have a mission to complete," he says, prioritizing their objectives, aware of the need to balance discovery with purpose. As Kaelan and Tamsin gather the luminescent flowers, they suddenly hear the distant sound of snapping branches, alerting them to a potential danger nearby. Kaelan's heart races, and he exchanges a worried glance with Tamsin, both instinctively aware that they aren't alone in the forest. "Do you think it's the dark forces?" Tamsin's voice trembles slightly, her excitement from earlier giving way to a sense of urgency. "Stay alert," Kaelan advises, clenching the flowers tightly as he moves closer to Tamsin, prepared for any confrontation that might arise. They inch closer to the source of the noise, the whispering wind amplifying their fears, and Kaelan feels the tension rising within him, recognizing the need to stay focused. Just then, they see a shadowy form darting between the trees, leaving a chill in the air, and Kaelan realizes their earlier preparation may not be sufficient for what they are about to face. "We need to regroup with the others," he decides, turning on his heel, ready to retreat and gather strength before confronting the unknown presence. Kaelan and Tamsin hurry back through the forest, their pace quickening as the sense of danger looms larger in their minds. The once enchanting sounds of wildlife feel muffled, replaced by the urgency of their footsteps crunching on fallen leaves. "Do you think we disturbed something?" Tamsin asks, casting nervous glances over her shoulder as they navigate familiar paths in the darkening wood. Kaelan's heart pounds as he recalls Elder Mira's warnings, understanding that the forest is a living entity, one that may not take kindly to their intrusion. "We need to reach the others and discuss what we've learned," he replies, focusing on their task, determined to bring back the valuable knowledge they've gathered. As they finally reach the clearing where the warriors await, Kaelan feels a rush of relief. Their safety is momentarily restored, but the shadow of uncertainty lingers heavily in the air. As Kaelan emerges into the clearing, he finds the warriors gathered, their expressions a mix of concern and anticipation as they await updates from the scouting group. "Tamsin, Kaelan, what did you find?" one warrior asks, eyes wide with urgency, eager for information about the encroaching darkness. Kaelan takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment as he gathers his thoughts. "We encountered shadowy figures in the grove. There's something more ominous at play here," he states, trying to convey the seriousness of their findings. The warriors exchange worried glances, and Kaelan senses the group's anxiety rising. He quickly assesses their reactions, understanding that his words carry heavy consequences for their morale. Rurik steps forward, skepticism creeping in again. "What do you propose we do? Hiding won't solve our problems," he challenges, clearly still burdened by the desire for immediate action. Kaelan meets his gaze, ready to address the concerns. "We'll need to set watch patrols and gather more intel. Stealth is key. We cannot blindly charge into the unknown," he insists, confirming his strategic approach. This moment solidifies Kaelan's leadership role, as he navigates the conflicting emotions swirling within the team, while trying to maintain unity in their efforts. Chapter 11. Allies and Conflicts. Kaelan stands at the center of the clearing, as the warriors prepare for their next mission, a palpable excitement humming in the air. The earlier tension gives way to a sense of determination, as they gather their weapons and supplies in a coordinated fashion, ready to embark on their new endeavor. Kaelan calls for attention, his voice cutting through the noise as he states, "This time, we must work together more than ever. Our strength lies in our unity." He notices Tamsin and Rurik conversing nearby, both nodding in agreement, and he feels a sense of camaraderie building among the group. Let's split into teams. Some will focus on scouting the periphery, while others prepare to reinforce the village, he outlines, emphasizing the importance of their strategy. With the warriors responding promptly, Kaelan allows himself a small smile, aware that every decision made now will carry weight in the upcoming challenges. As the warriors disperse to their assigned tasks, Kaelan feels a sense of urgency swell within him, mindful of the risks that lie ahead. He approaches Tamsin, who is gathering supplies nearby, and asks, "Have you made sure to pack everything we might need for the scouting mission?" Tamsin nods, meticulously checking her gear. "I've included extra medicinal herbs and some food rations. We'll be out for a while if things go sideways." Kaelan appreciates her attention to detail, feeling the weight of their combined responsibilities as he reflects on their mission. "Let's prioritize stealth. Avoiding detection is key. We can gather intelligence without unnecessary confrontations," he advises, his mind racing with strategies. While they work, Rurik joins them, clearing his throat. "Are you sure we're ready for this? I'd rather not be caught off guard again." Kaelan feels Rurik's anxiety, but stands his ground, saying firmly, "We will be ready. Trust in our preparations and the bonds we've formed." This moment illustrates Kaelan's evolving confidence as a leader and his understanding of the communal strength gathered throughout their journey together. As they finish packing, Kaelan addresses the warriors once more, feeling the collective anticipation building as they prepare to execute their mission. Before we head out, let's review the key points of our approach. Communication is vital. We can't afford any misunderstandings, he emphasizes, moving around the group to gauge their reactions. Tamsin speaks up. "Absolutely. We stick to the planned positions, and everyone knows their role, right?" Several warriors nod, a sign of understanding blossoming around them, but Kaelan notices Rurik's expression remains skeptical. "Do you really think this will be enough? What if we encounter the shadows again?" Rurik challenges, his concern palpable in the air. Kaelan locks eyes with him, sensing the growing tension but responding with conviction. "Then we adapt as we've practiced. Our strength is in our teamwork. If we stay together, we can handle anything." The warriors exchange glances, feeling the weight of his words as the atmosphere shifts from doubt to readiness, solidifying their sense of purpose. Kaelan takes a breath, feeling more confident in his role as a leader, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. As the warriors finalize their gear, Kaelan senses a mix of excitement and anxiety rippling through the group, palpable energy charging the atmosphere around them. "Remember, if we hear or see anything unusual, signal right away. We can't rush into danger without knowing what's ahead," he reminds them, instilling a sense of caution. Tamsin, adjusting her spear, glances over at him. "We've trained for this, Kaelan. We know how to adapt." Kaelan nods, appreciating her confidence. Yet an undercurrent of worry lingers in his mind as he questions whether they are truly prepared. Rurik interjects. "What if we run into enemies again? We need a backup plan, just in case." Kaelan can feel the group's tension rise again, the same doubts bubbling to the surface. "I promise, we'll be ready for anything we face. We have each other's backs," he responds, his voice steady, trying to quash the nervousness that clings to the air. This moment encapsulates the necessity of clear communication and reinforces his leadership, reminding everyone that trust in one another can pave the way for success. As the group prepares to set out, Kaelan feels the weight of anticipation pressing on him. This mission feels monumental, a turning point for them all. He takes a moment to check each warrior, ensuring everyone is equipped and ready for whatever lies ahead. "Stay close and remember the plan," he reiterates, his gaze sweeping over the determined faces around him. Tamsin catches his eye, giving him a reassuring nod as if to say they can handle anything together. With the path ahead shrouded in uncertainty, Kaelan feels a surge of resolve coursing through him. bolstered by the trust they have built as a team. "Let's show the forest that we're ready to protect what we hold dear," he declares, an infectious enthusiasm rippling through the group as they embark on their journey, step by determined step. As they venture into the forest, the air thickens with both anticipation and the earthy scent of moss and damp leaves, heightening Kaelan's senses. He leads the way, his hand resting on the totem, now feeling more like a talisman of strength than a mere object. The warriors fall into step behind, each one visibly alert and ready for the challenges that lurk in the shadows, their camaraderie fortifying him. Kaelan guides them along a hidden path, keeping a mental note of the surroundings, aware that every detail could prove vital in the days ahead. "Everyone, stay vigilant. If something feels wrong, speak up," he reminds them, instilling a sense of shared responsibility. Feeling the energy of the group surge with every step, Kaelan understands that their trust in one another has transformed into a powerful asset as they approach the unknown. Chapter 12. The Successful Recovery. As Kaelan and the group reach a clearing, they take stock of their surroundings, eyes scanning for any signs of the dark forces they anticipate. The atmosphere is electric, tension palpable, as warriors whisper their thoughts about what might be lurking just beyond their sight. Kaelan pulls out the glowing totem, holding it high, the light casting eerie shadows on the forest floor as he gathers everyone's attention. "We need to focus on our objectives. Let's gather information and assess our environment before proceeding," he instructs, feeling the weight of their shared mission. Tamsin nods, her expression serious, understanding the importance of careful coordination in the face of uncertainty. As they begin to spread out, Kaelan can sense the urgency in the group, every one of them aware that their actions will determine the outcome of their quest. With the plan set in motion, Kaelan directs the warriors to search the perimeter, while he and Tamsin venture closer to the center of the clearing. "We'll review the surroundings for any signs of movement from the enemy," he instructs, feeling the adrenaline pump through his veins. As they move cautiously, Tamsin points out unusual markings on a nearby tree, their presence sending a chill down Kaelan's spine. "Do you think this could be a sign?" she asks, concern flickering in her eyes as they examine the carvings more closely. Kaelan studies the marks, recalling the elders' teachings about the spirits that inhabit these woods. "We need to document everything we find. It could provide insight into their intentions," he says, prioritizing their investigative approach. While they gather information, he feels a growing urgency to uncover the truth hidden within the forest, determined to protect both the village and its mystical guardians. As they continue to survey the area, a low growl emanates from the shadows, causing both Kaelan and Tamsin to freeze in place, fear coursing through them. "Did you hear that?" Kaelan whispers, his pulse quickening, feeling a rush of adrenaline as he scans the area for any signs of danger. Tamsin nods, her hand gripping her weapon tightly, worry etched on her face. "It sounds close. We should be cautious." Kaelan recalls their earlier training and reminds her, "Let's stick to the plan. We need to assess what's out there before reacting." Just then, one of the warriors from the surrounding teams approaches, breathless and wide-eyed. "There are creatures moving in the trees. They're watching us." Kaelan feels the tension shift in the group, adrenaline replacing momentary uncertainty as they prepare for what may come. "Everyone, stay sharp. Let's maintain our positions and be ready for anything," he commands, embodying the leadership he has grown into through their journey. Kaelan feels the adrenaline pumping through him as he scans the treetops, aware that every decision made in this moment could mean the difference between safety and danger. "Prepare for a potential ambush," he instructs the warriors, sensing the urgency in the air that amplifies their collective focus. Tamsin moves closer, a fierce expression on her face, readying herself for what lies ahead. "We need to find out what they want before we make any rash decisions." A sense of anxiety floods through the group as they huddle closer together, pooling their strength in the face of uncertainty. Kaelan counts off their positions, directing them firmly. "Warriors on the right, hold your ground. Tamsin, keep an eye to the left for any movements. Stay on high alert. He grips the totem tightly, feeling the energy within it. It serves as a reminder of their shared purpose and the necessity to stand united. This beat emphasizes Kaelan's growth as a leader, demonstrating his ability to organize and adapt based on the shifting dynamics of the potentially dangerous encounter. As the tension hangs in the air, Kaelan feels the weight of his leadership pressing down on him, aware that the choices he makes now will have lasting repercussions. Suddenly, a figure emerges from the shadows, stepping into the clearing. A warrior from the Windrider clan, breathless and wide-eyed. "Kaelan, we need to leave. There are dark forces gathering. They know we're here," the warrior warns, urgency lacing his words. Kaelan's heart skips a beat, and he quickly assesses the situation, feeling the impending danger escalate rapidly. "Is there any way to fortify our positions or prepare for their arrival?" he asks, instinctively leaning on the warrior's knowledge of the area and their earlier expeditions. The warrior nods. "We can create defensive barriers using the terrain. We need to act now." Realizing the urgency of the situation, Kaelan quickly devises a plan, instructing the group to start building barriers while remaining defensive against the lurking threat. Kaelan's pulse quickens. He pushes his doubts aside, instinctively drawing on the lessons learned throughout their journey. Kaelan takes charge, directing the warriors to gather branches and fallen logs to form makeshift barriers around the clearing, ensuring their defenses are fortified. "Everyone pay attention. Let's build a perimeter quickly but smartly," he instructs, his voice steady, cutting through the rising tension. The warriors spring into action, some scavenging materials while others work to create barriers, their movements reflecting the urgency of the moment. Kaelan moves from group to group, offering encouragement and strategic suggestions, feeling the pulse of his leadership grow stronger with each decision made. He glimpses Tamsin organizing a team to establish lookout points, her enthusiasm infectious, reinforcing their collaborative spirit as she calls out reminders to stay vigilant. Amid the flurry of activity, Kaelan feels a wave of empowerment as he observes his companions working together, realizing that their collective effort can turn the tide against the impending threat. Chapter 13. The Trust Test. In the thick of the grove, Kaelan gathers the warriors, ready to confront the dark forces threatening their village. The air is heavy with anticipation, and he feels a mix of excitement and dread coursing through him as they prepare for the upcoming challenge. "Today, we reclaim our safety and protect our home," he declares, rallying the group with fervor that echoes through the trees. As the warriors gather around him, Kaelan quickly assesses their collective morale, sensing both fear and resolve reflected in their expressions. Tamsin stands near the front, her determination shining through as she stands prepared for any confrontation. "Let's show them that we will not back down," she adds, energizing those around her as the group tightens in anticipation of the conflict ahead. As their determination solidifies, Kaelan feels the urgency of the moment compel him to set a clear plan of attack. "All right, we'll move in 2 groups. Tamsin, you'll lead the scouting team to check the enemy's positions, while the rest of us will maintain a defensive stance here," he instructs, weighing each warrior's skills as he assigns roles. The warriors nod, energized by Kaelan's confident leadership, and begin to prepare for the mission ahead. "Make sure to scout strategically. We need to gather as much information as possible, without engaging unless necessary," he reminds the group, feeling the weight of responsibility for their safety. As the teams finalize their details, Tamsin approaches Kaelan, concern flickering across her face. "What if we run into trouble? We can't afford to be caught unaware." Kaelan meets her gaze, reassuring her with a steady resolve. "We trust each other and our training. We know how to adapt if things don't go as planned." The atmosphere shifts as they embrace their roles, ready to put their trust in one another as they step into the unknown. As the groups prepare to set out, tension hangs in the air, a mix of excitement and anxiety evident on the faces of the warriors. Kaelan watches the scouting team gather, noting their eagerness but also the nerves that wriggle beneath the surface. "Remember, if you spot anything unusual, Signal immediately, he reiterates, wanting to ensure everyone knows the importance of alertness. The warriors exchange quick glances, the camaraderie visible as they share silent reassurances before heading into the fresh uncertainty of the forest. Tamsin gives Kaelan a last look, her trust palpable as she whispers, "We'll find out what's going on. Stay safe." As she leads her scout team into the shadows of the trees, Kaelan feels a flicker of anxiety about the challenges that may await them in the depths of the woods. "Stay strong, everyone," he urges the remaining warriors, determination fueling his voice as they prepare for the inevitable confrontation ahead. As Kaelan and the remaining warriors settle into their defensive positions, the tension in the air thickens, the sounds of the forest growing muted around them. The distant rustle of leaves heightens their senses, and Kaelan can feel the collective focus sharpening among the team. "Let's establish a perimeter," he instructs, moving with purpose to encourage others as they prepare for any incoming threats. As they set up, Rurik approaches, his brows furrowed. "What happens if we don't hear from Tamsin and the scouts? We can't leave them behind." Kaelan takes a steadying breath, recognizing the worry behind Rurik's words, but feeling the need to reassure him. "If they don't return, we regroup and strategize. We'll have a plan ready to go." Rurik nods, though uncertainty lingers in his eyes, reflecting the anxiety shared among the warriors. Kaelan watches as some warriors begin to move restlessly, and he knows he must calm the rising fears. "Trust in the skills we've built together. We are stronger united, just as we trained to be." His determination and focus buoy the morale of the group, reminding them that their training and teamwork will see them through whatever challenges lie ahead. The rustle of leaves suddenly heightens, and Kaelan's heart races as he senses that something is about to happen. He reinforces his position, quickly scanning the surroundings, aware that they could be outnumbered if the enemy strikes at this moment. "Stay vigilant," he shouts to the group, adrenaline surging through him as he prepares for the unknown. Tamsin's voice echoes through the trees as she radios back to the team from a distance. "There's movement ahead." "I'm sending a visual signal." Kaelan feels a wave of determination wash over him. He knows that this moment could alter their chances for success. "Everyone ready? If we have to respond quickly, we must move as one," he commands, his leadership solidifying as the warriors respond with a chorus of affirmations. This beat underscores the protagonist's resolve, showcasing how Kaelan's awareness of their surroundings and the urgency of the moment highlights his growth as a leader under pressure. As the tension mounts, a shadow darts past the tree line, causing the warriors to shift anxiously, weapons ready and hearts racing. "Kaelan, it's them!" Tamsin calls out, urgency lacing her voice as she positions herself defensively to protect the group. Kaelan's instincts kick in. He knows they must act quickly to maintain control. "On my signal, prepare to move forward." The air thickens with anticipation as his warriors gather closer, hearts pounding in rhythm with the impending action. With a determined shout, Kaelan leads the charge, stepping boldly into the clearing where the shadows converge, ready to confront the enemy. "Together," he shouts, rallying everyone behind him, fueled by the courage born from their shared experiences. His heart swells with resolve as they push into the fray, embodying the strength that comes from unity and the trust they have built as a team. Chapter 14. The Mentor's Guidance. After the battle, Kaelan finds the remnants of their struggle scattered around the clearing, broken branches and the tension of survival saturating the air. He gathers the warriors to assess their next steps, recognizing the need for clarity after the chaos they just endured. "Let's regroup and evaluate what we've learned today," he proposes, his voice steady as he glances over the concerned faces. As they circle around him, Kaelan can feel the weight of forthcoming decisions pressing down as they review both their successes and what went awry. "Everyone played a crucial role. We adapted and pushed through," he acknowledges, hoping to instill a sense of pride in the efforts made. Tamsin steps closer, offering, "But we need to talk about what happened when we encountered the dark force. We may have missed vital information that could help us." Kaelan nods, understanding that communicating these lessons will be essential for their growth. Kaelan takes a moment to reflect on their encounter with the dark force, recalling every detail that led up to the conflict as the other warriors watch him attentively. We need to analyze what went wrong when we first confronted the shadows. He begins, his tone serious, recognizing the importance of this assessment. He paces slowly, considering his words carefully. When we rushed in, we didn't fully listen to the signs around us. We lost our opportunity to anticipate their movements. Tamsin steps in, her voice firm. If we'd established a lookout or used scouts, we might have had a different outcome. We need to prioritize that next time. Kaelan nods, appreciating her insight as he realizes the value of each warrior's perspective in shaping their strategies. I want us to be mindful of the details. We can't allow haste to compromise our mission again, he states, a renewed sense of commitment shaping his leadership. This moment of reflection solidifies their understanding that every experience, whether a victory or a setback, offers vital lessons for their journey ahead. As Kaelan continues to facilitate the discussion, he notices a few warriors exchanging glances, their expressions revealing lingering doubts about his leadership. Rurik speaks up, his tone cautious. We might be able to think back on the strategies we've used before, but how do we stop the darkness if it's drawing strength from the shadows? Kaelan feels a pang of uncertainty at Rurik's questioning, realizing that he must address these concerns directly to maintain morale. I know we face strong opposition, but our unity is our greatest weapon, he counters, his conviction growing as he locks eyes with each of the warriors. Tamsin steps forward, her voice showing confidence. If we continue to build on what we've learned, we can create a plan that allows us to confront the darkness without fear. Kaelan nods appreciatively at Tamsin's words, sensing her enthusiasm and commitment to collective growth as they harness their skills together. Every challenge we face can harden our resolve if we allow it to, Kaelan adds, recognizing the importance of navigating the fears that arise while solidifying their unity. As the conversation unfolds, Kaelan encourages everyone to share their suggestions, creating an environment where ideas flow freely. Let's figure out the best way to combine our strengths, he urges, eager to foster collaboration among the warriors. A younger warrior named Alira hesitates before speaking up. What if we set traps at the forest entrances to slow down the dark forces? It worked for us before. Kaelan nods, appreciating her contribution, and builds off her idea. That's a solid plan. It will give us more time to react if they attempt to invade. He notices Rurik subtly nodding, his previous skepticism giving way to willingness as he engages in the discussion. I have some experience in crafting traps. We can adapt them to whatever we might face next. Kaelan feels a lightness in his chest. This evolving dynamic ignites hope that they can indeed work as a cohesive unit moving forward. Together, we'll create a layered defense that incorporates all of our skills, Kaelan states, feeling the energy of the group shift to one of determination as they solidify their commitment to the mission ahead. With the plan in motion, Kaelan directs the warriors to their respective tasks, the excitement palpable as everyone springs into action. Let's divide our efforts. We need scouts on the perimeter and others working on fortifications, he instructs, his voice steady and commanding, embodying the leadership position he has taken on. As the group breaks up, Tamsin approaches him, a spark of determination in her eyes. I'll lead the scouting team to ensure we have eyes on the threats. We'll gather as much intel as possible. Be cautious and maintain communication. Kaelan replies, feeling a swell of pride in her commitment to the mission. While they prepare, whispers among the warriors circulate, some expressing confidence in Kaelan's leadership, while others still harbor doubts about their chances of success. Kaelan senses the mixed feelings, understanding that he must work to reinforce their trust. Remember, we are stronger as a united front. Believe in each other. This moment illustrates how Kaelan's commitment to action and leadership continues to evolve, shaping the dynamics of their mission. As the warriors disperse to fulfill their roles, Kaelan feels a rush of confidence as he watches their enthusiasm reignite, knowing they are equipped with a solid plan. He takes a moment to steady himself, mindful of the weight of responsibility that rests on his shoulders. Realizing that their success hinges on unity and mutual support, Kaelan begins to take inventory of the supplies and defensive mechanisms they have established, ensuring that everything is in place before they embark on the upcoming mission. Tamsin returns from organizing the scouts, excitement evident in her demeanor. They're ready to move. We're all on board with the plan. Kaelan nods, gratitude flooding through him as he responds, "That's great to hear. Together, we can create a formidable front against whatever lies ahead." Recognizing the urgency of the moment, Kaelan gathers the group one last time, his voice ringing with conviction. "Our journey depends on the strength we find in each other. Let's be ready to take on whatever challenges come our way." This culminating moment solidifies Kaelan's commitment as a leader, setting the foundation for their collective efforts that will define the path ahead. Chapter 15. Implementing Knowledge. As Kaelan and the warriors gather at the edge of the forest, the weight of their mission settles heavily around them, anticipation crackling in the air. He takes a moment to survey the landscape, recognizing the beauty and danger entwined within the trees ahead. "Remember the plan. We're scouting first to gather more intel about what lies ahead," he reminds everyone, feeling the urgency of their task. Tamsin stands next to him, her expression resolute as she readies her weapons, echoing Kaelan's determination. "Let's make sure we stay in communication. We can't afford to lose anyone again." Kaelan nods, appreciative of her readiness, and begins to assign scouting roles, carefully considering each warrior's strengths and knowledge of the terrain. As the group divides into their teams, he can see the mix of confidence and apprehension in their eyes, their trust in his leadership evident. This moment solidifies Kaelan's determination to take charge, as he prepares them for the unknown challenges that await. Ready to utilize all the knowledge they have gathered so far. As the scouting teams prepare to set off, Kaelan feels a surge of purpose ripple through him, knowing that the success of their mission hinges on the knowledge they have gathered. "Let's be thorough. We're looking for any signs of movement, tracks, or disturbances. Stay cautious," he advises, instilling the importance of careful observation. Tamsin heads off with her team, turning back to give Kaelan an encouraging smile, a reminder of their bond and shared determination as she disappears into the trees. Kaelan watches them go, a mix of admiration and anxiety churning inside him, understanding the risks involved for each warrior stepping into the unknown. He gathers the remaining warriors, outlining their next moves, ensuring they are all clear on the need for communication and unity during their scouting efforts. "Stay in pairs and maintain a distance that allows us to cover more ground," he instructs, focusing on fostering cooperation as they move forward. With the plan set, Kaelan feels a renewed sense of confidence, ready to lead and adapt to anything that arises during their mission. As they delve deeper into the forest, the atmosphere grows thicker, and Kaelan senses the tension as he moves cautiously alongside a small group of warriors. "Keep your eyes peeled for anything unusual," he instructs, feeling the weight of responsibility for their safety as the shadows stretch around them. Suddenly, a rustle catches his attention, and he halts, raising a hand to signal the others to stop as he focuses on the sound. Tamsin, experienced and alert, whispers, "What do you think it is?" her voice tinged with both excitement and apprehension. Kaelan glances around, feeling the adrenaline spike as he contemplates their next move. "We need to see what it is before making any assumptions. Maintain stealth." The group positions themselves behind the nearest trees, hearts racing as they peer into the underbrush, waiting for the unseen creature to reveal itself. Kaelan knows that the outcome will depend on their ability to remain calm and focused, reflecting the lessons he has learned about being adaptable in uncertain situations. As the rustling grows louder, Kaelan feels the tension rise within him, every instinct urging caution as he scans the underbrush for movement. Suddenly, a figure darts between the trees, quick and shadowy, prompting the warriors to shift defensively, gripping their weapons tightly. "Stay alert. It's close," Kaelan whispers urgently, his heart racing as he prepares for whatever may come next. Tamsin peeks around the trunk of the tree, eyes narrowed, and whispers back, "What if it's just a deer or something harmless?" Kaelan shakes his head, intuition honed from experience guiding him. "We can't take that chance. It could be a scout for a larger force." The group huddles closer, feeling the shared anxiety, but Kaelan's focused demeanor encourages his allies to trust his instincts. Suddenly, the figure appears again, this time revealing itself as one of the woodland spirits, shimmering and ethereal, drawing a collective breath of awe and relief from the warriors. The woodland spirit hesitates just beyond the tree line, its glow illuminating the faces of the warriors with a soft, enchanting light. Kaelan steps forward cautiously, sensing the spirit holds valuable information. "We mean no harm. We seek your guidance and protection," he calls out, his voice steady despite the uncertainty lingering in the air. The spirit regards him with luminous, curious eyes, and then floats closer, its form shimmering with expectation. Tamsin stands beside Kaelan, her expression a mix of wonder and apprehension. "What if it doesn't trust us?" she whispers, anxiety creeping into her voice. Kaelan responds, "We must show respect. Trust is built through actions, and this is our moment to prove our intentions." The spirit emits a melodic sound resembling the rustle of leaves, and Kaelan feels the tension ease among the warriors, their earlier fear transformed into anticipation. As the spirit begins to communicate, Kaelan realizes that this connection could deepen their understanding of the forest, reinforcing his belief in the mission they've undertaken. The spirit begins to weave through the air, leaving a trail of shimmering light as it circles around Kaelan and the warriors, building a connection that feels almost tangible. Kaelan watches in awe, feeling the ethereal energy guiding his thoughts and stirring something deep within him. It emits a series of soft sounds, harmonizing with the whispers of the forest, and Kaelan instinctively understands that it conveys a warning about the encroaching darkness. "Listen closely," he advises the group, their eyes wide with fascination and reverence for the spirit's presence. Tamsin leans in, captivated. "What is it trying to tell us?" Kaelan tries to decipher the spirit's movements, recognizing that it is showing them visions of dark trails spreading through the grove, alerting them to the urgency of their mission. Protecting the heart of the forest is crucial. We need to fortify our defenses, but also seek ways to confront what lies beneath the surface, he reflects, feeling the weight of the responsibility settle on him. The spirit pauses momentarily, allowing Kaelan to absorb its message, reinforcing the bond of trust that has formed between them as they prepare to face the challenges that lie ahead. Chapter 16. The Unexpected Betrayal. As Kaelan and the warriors begin to act on the spirit's guidance, a chilling breeze sweeps through the grove, sending shivers down their spines. Kaelan feels a sense of urgency. They must move swiftly before the darkness threatens everything they've worked for. "Gather supplies and prepare to reinforce our positions," he orders, aware that time is of the essence as shadows loom ever closer. With each warrior responding promptly, he notices Tamsin rallying a small group, ensuring they have the necessary tools to fortify their defenses. "Let's be quick and efficient. We can't let fear slow us down," she adds, her determination radiating through the group. Kaelan nods in agreement, his mind racing with strategies to secure both the heart of the forest and the village before the impending threat can take hold. He understands the importance of decisive action in this moment, feeling the responsibility of leadership pulsing through him as they set to work. With the urgency of the moment driving them, Kaelan and the warriors fortify their defenses, every movement filled with purpose as they navigate the grove's challenges. Kaelan directs 2 warriors to climb the trees, setting lookout points, while others gather branches and stones, to reinforce the barriers they had previously established. "Make sure to secure every entrance. We want to be ready for anything," he instructs, his voice clear and assertive. Tamsin quickly pulls together supplies, coordinating with the others, her excitement infusing the air as they work efficiently. Just then, Rurik approaches with a pained expression, carrying news that sends Kaelan's heart racing. "There are signs of movement from the shadows. We need to hurry." Kaelan feels a rush of adrenaline as he processes this information, and he immediately instructs the group to double down on their efforts, adapting their strategy based on the emerging threats. "Every moment counts. Let's finish this up and prepare to defend our home," he rallies, feeling both the pressure and determination simmering among them. As the warriors hustle to complete their tasks, Kaelan feels the palpable tension in the air, aware that the stakes have escalated. One of the lookout warriors calls down, "There's movement in the distance, shadows shifting near the trees." Kaelan's heart races. He motions for everyone to halt their work, gathering them close to strategize while their adrenaline pulses. "We need to adjust our defenses immediately," he states, scanning the area for the best vantage points to monitor for enemy movements. Tamsin glances around, concern furrowing her brow. "What if they come directly toward us? We should be ready for a potential attack." "Exactly. We'll create a fallback point near the pond. If they push through, we need to have a secure place to regroup," Kaelan replies, reinforcing the adaptability of their strategy. He briefly catches Rurik's eye, seeing both doubt and respect in his expression, a silent acknowledgement of Kaelan's authority under pressure. This beat emphasizes the immediate urgency of their situation, and showcases how Kaelan's growth has prepared him to lead effectively, adapting strategies in the face of emerging threats. With the sun dipping lower in the sky, Kaelan feels the urgency of their situation as he maps out the adjustments in his mind. "Let's establish a shield wall at the pond," he commands, sensing the warriors rallying around the idea of a more defensive stance. Several warriors quickly nod in agreement, moving to gather whatever materials they can find to create barriers at the water's edge. Kaelan focuses on maintaining communication with the lookout warriors, reminding them to watch for any signs of the approaching darkness and signal promptly. "Once we're ready, we'll secure the pond as a fallback point while still scouting the surrounding areas," he states, ensuring everyone understands their roles. In these tense moments, he feels the weight of their collective trust in him, his decisions shaping their fate as they prepare for whatever battle lies ahead. Kaelan's heart pounds with determination. He understands that a successful transition from offense to defense could mean the difference between safety and disaster. As the warriors push to fortify the pond's perimeter, Kaelan feels the mounting adrenaline and urgency driving their efforts. "Keep those branches steady. We need a solid defense," he calls, working alongside them to reinforce their foothold. He moves quickly, actively participating in the construction, his hands guiding others as they secure debris and utilize the natural landscape to their advantage. Tamsin directs a group gathering stones, her confidence growing as she expertly shows them how to stack the rocks for better fortification. Kaelan glances at her, appreciating her ability to inspire the warriors with her enthusiasm and energy. Just then, a shout comes from the lookout. "They're coming!" The warning resonates through the group, igniting Kaelan's instincts as they prepare for a potential confrontation. "Everyone, take your positions. Remember our roles," he commands, feeling the weight of leadership as they brace for the impending clash. As the sound of footsteps grows louder, Kaelan positions himself at the forefront of the warriors, his heart pounding with anticipation. "Stay calm and remember our strategy. We've prepared for this," he tells the group, feeling the weight of his words settling on their shoulders. Tamsin stands beside him, her expression focused as she readies her weapon, ready to face whatever emerges from the shadows. A rush of dark figures bursts into the clearing, moving swiftly and menacingly toward them, and Kaelan's instincts kick in as he shouts for the warriors to hold their ground. "Now, fight for our home," he bellows, channeling the energy of their commitment into action. The warriors respond with fierce loyalty, launching into their defense as Kaelan leads the charge, fueled by the lessons learned and the trust established among them. In this moment, he feels the culmination of his growth, his ability to adapt, inspire, and lead, transforming the group's fear into determination as they face the imminent threat together. Chapter 17: The Clash of Strategies. As the dust settles from the clash, Kaelan surveys the battlefield, breathing heavily as he takes stock of the aftermath and the warriors around him. The clearing is littered with debris, the remnants of both the fight and their efforts to secure the village, echoing a mix of losses and victories. Feeling a knot tighten in his stomach, he lets the realization of the casualties wash over him. Friends injured and warriors questioning the effectiveness of their plans. "Regroup and check on each other," he calls out, wanting to ensure everyone remains connected, despite the chaos of emotions brewing in the aftermath. Kaelan approaches Tamsin, who is bandaging a fellow warrior's wound. "How are you holding up?" he asks, concern etching his features. "I'll be fine, just need to help as many as I can," she replies, her determination unshaken even as she tends to the injured. This moment underscores the varying dynamics, as Kaelan feels the weight of responsibility for not just leading their mission, but for ensuring the team remains strong amid uncertainty. Determined to regain control of the situation, Kaelan quickly organizes a group of warriors to assess the damage and provide medical assistance where needed. "Let's create teams, some for medical aid, others to scout the perimeter and check for any remaining threats," he directs, his voice steady despite the chaos around him. Tamsin calls out to gather volunteers for the medical team, rallying those not injured to help the wounded back at camp. "Kaelan, I can handle the scouting. I know the forest well," Rurik offers, stepping forward with renewed confidence, showing a willingness to contribute after earlier doubts. Kaelan appreciates Rurik's initiative, feeling a sense of camaraderie growing among the warriors. "Great. We need those familiar with the terrain to ensure safety." As the team split up to execute his plan, Kaelan's heart beats with urgency, a flurry of decisions racing through his mind about how to proceed next. This moment emphasizes Kaelan's ability to strategize amid crisis while reflecting growth in the dynamics of relationships forged through shared challenges. As the warriors spring into action, Kaelan feels a mix of pride and anxiety swelling within him. The dynamics of the group have shifted with each decision made. He watches as Tamsin moves seamlessly among the injured, her hands steady as she wraps wounds and offers encouragement to those in pain. "Stay strong, you'll heal quickly," she assures one of the warriors, her compassion a balm amid the chaos. Near the edge of the clearing, Rurik leads a few scouts, peering into the shadows of the forest and signaling for silence as they search for residual threats. Kaelan feels a sense of gratitude for the support he's receiving, recognizing that their cooperation is paramount in these moments of uncertainty. However, he can't shake the feeling that their earlier preparations were not enough. Lingering doubts about the team's abilities gnaw at his resolve. "Focus on what we can control," he reminds himself, reinforcing the importance of trust and unity as they navigate through the aftermath of the confrontation. As the groups work in their respective roles, Kaelan feels the need for clarity and focus resonate within him, grateful for the lessons learned from past experiences. He moves among the warriors, offering guidance and encouragement, ensuring everything runs smoothly while keeping an eye on the surrounding forest. "Let's maintain communication. If you see or hear anything unusual, let us know immediately," he instructs everyone, reinforcing the importance of vigilance. Tamsin approaches him, looking a bit weary after tending to the injured, and says, "We need to ensure our defenses are still strong, even after the fight. We can't afford to be caught off guard again." Kaelan nods, recognizing her point and the need to reinforce trust not only in himself, but in the entire group's commitment to their shared safety. "Let's gather to reassess the barriers after the wounded are stabilized," he replies, feeling a renewed resolve galvanizing him as he embraces the challenge of leadership. This beat emphasizes Kaelan's growth as he navigates through the complexities of guiding his team while maintaining focus on their mission and the lessons learned along the way. The clearing is filled with the sounds of warriors moving about, Kaelan feeling the urgency of their situation as they work to stabilize their defenses and care for the injured. He watches as Rurik returns from the scouting mission, looking shaken but determined. There are signs of movement in the trees. "We need to fortify our position," he reports, urgency evident in his voice. Kaelan meets his gaze, understanding the importance of this information for their safety. "Thank you for the update. Let's prioritize reinforcing our barriers." As everyone organizes, Tamsin walks over, her expression serious. "Kaelan, we don't just need to defend. We need to plan our next move against the darkness lurking out there." Kaelan nods, feeling the pressure of their circumstances weighing heavily on him. "You're right. We can't lose sight of our goals. Let's secure our perimeter first, then regroup to discuss our approach." His recognition of the moment illustrates his evolution as a leader. He understands the necessity of adapting their strategy to ensure success while valuing the input of his teammates. As the warriors work diligently to reinforce the clearing, Kaelan takes pride in their coordinated efforts, feeling the strength of unity growing among them. "Let's double-check our defensive positions. We can't afford any gaps," he instructs, moving between the groups, offering support and encouragement. Tamsin helps a young warrior learn how to set up a trap, her enthusiasm contagious as she teaches others the importance of their preparations. Kaelan feels a rush of gratitude for the growth and resilience forming within the group, understanding that their success relies on shared knowledge and collaboration. Suddenly, a distant howl pierces the air, sending a ripple of concern through the warriors, instinctively drawing their attention to the tree line. "We need to be ready. That noise could signify trouble," Kaelan warns, feeling the tension mount as everyone steps into action. In this moment, Kaelan's ability to lead shines through, showcasing the depth of his maturity and how his experiences have shaped him into a reliable figure in the face of uncertainty. Chapter 18. The Defining Decision. Kaelan stands at the front of the warriors, the clearing tense with anticipation as they prepare to confront the shadows that threaten their home. "Today, we face the darkness together," he declares, his voice steady, echoing through the grove filled with both fear and resolve. The warriors gather around, their expressions resolute as they ready their weapons, inspired by Kaelan's unwavering confidence. "Stay close, keep your formations tight, and remember our training," he reminds them, feeling the weight of each of their lives resting on his decisions. As they march forward, Kaelan can sense the energy among them, an electric blend of fear, courage, and determination that pulses in the air. This moment signifies a critical turning point, solidifying Kaelan's transformation into a leader, prepared to guide his people through the darkness. As they delve deeper into the shadows of the forest, Kaelan feels the atmosphere shift, an unsettling presence surrounding them that heightens his senses. "Keep your eyes peeled. Any movement could spell danger," he instructs the group, wanting to maintain their collective focus and readiness. The warriors nod, gathering their courage, but Kaelan notices a flicker of anxiety in some of their expressions, a reminder of the stakes they are facing. Suddenly, the sound of rustling branches draws their attention, and a low growl reverberates through the trees, sending tension rippling through the group. Kaelan holds up his hand, signaling for silence as he scans the area, instincts sharp as he considers the potential threats lurking nearby. "We need to advance cautiously and stay aware of our surroundings," he advises, his voice low yet firm, as the group prepares to confront whatever lies ahead. As they inch closer to the source of the noise, Kaelan feels the tension in the air thicken, the anticipation building among the warriors. Suddenly, from behind a thick cluster of bushes, a figure bursts forth. It's a wounded animal, eyes wide with fear as it stumbles into the clearing. "Stand back," Kaelan commands, instinctively stepping protectively in front of his companions, aware that the creature might be dangerous. Tamsin peers around him, concern shadowing her face. "What if it's leading us into a trap?" she questions, anxiety creeping into her tone. Kaelan glances back at her, weighing the merits of proceeding with caution against the need to act quickly. "We have to assess the situation. We can't make assumptions," he replies, his resolve firm yet thoughtful. The injured animal emits a pained whimper, and Kaelan can see that it's struggling, appealing for help while the group holds its breath. "Let's see if we can help it," he decides, reaching out cautiously, ready to protect the group while showing compassion for the creature in need. Kaelan approaches the wounded animal slowly, maintaining a calm demeanor as he assesses its injuries, keenly aware of the warriors behind him holding their breaths. He kneels beside the creature, gently placing a hand on its trembling side to reassure it, murmuring soothing words, "Easy now, we're here to help you." Tamsin watches closely, the tension in her body softening as Kaelan's compassionate instincts surface, showcasing a side of him that inspires trust. "Do you think it's sick or just hurt?" she asks, watching the animal's shallow breaths, her professional eye assessing the extent of its injuries. "I'll need some herbs, something to ease its pain," Kaelan replies, rising to retrieve supplies from his satchel with a sense of urgency. As he works quickly, he notices the warriors exchanging glances, some admiring Kaelan's compassion, while others seem skeptical about pausing their mission to aid an animal. "Kaelan, we need to be careful. We can't lose sight of our objective," Rurik voices his lingering concern, the tension of their mission reminding everyone of the stakes at hand. Kaelan looks at the group, feeling a swell of determination, understanding that this moment of empathy reflects the very foundation of their shared journey and the heart of what they are fighting to protect. As Kaelan prepares the herbs, he focuses intently, breathing in the earthy scent that grounds him amid the uncertainty surrounding their mission. He combines the ingredients skillfully, recalling the elders' lessons about healing, not just for people, but for all living beings, recognizing the interconnectedness of the forest. With the salve ready, Kaelan applies it gently to the animal's wound, feeling a sense of responsibility settle over him. "This will help ease your pain," he murmurs, hoping the creature can sense his intent. The warriors watch in silence, their initial skepticism giving way to curiosity as they see Kaelan's determination to save a life, even in the face of their larger mission. Tamsin kneels beside him, offering support. "You're doing great, Kaelan. This creature needs us, just like our village does." Kaelan's heart swells with the weight of her words. He realizes that each action of compassion reinforces their fight against the darkness, that empathy is a strength rather than a weakness. With the animal quieting under his care, Kaelan feels a newfound clarity about the type of leader he wants to be, one who honors all lives within the forest, intertwining protection and healing as they prepare for the challenges ahead. After tending to the wounded animal, Kaelan steps back, watching as it slowly begins to regain its strength, the tension easing in his chest. "See? It's responding well to the salve," he says with a soft smile, the warriors around him visibly relieved by the small victory. Tamsin glances at Kaelan, her admiration growing as she remarks, "You showed great care. This is what our journey is about, protecting all lives." Feeling empowered by her words, Kaelan takes a moment to reflect on this experience and the lessons it has taught him about compassion and leadership. Just then, one of the warriors speaks up. "If we can save a creature in the face of danger, then we can certainly do the same for our people," reinforcing the morale of the group. The atmosphere shifts, the earlier doubts fading as new determination blooms in their hearts, inspired by Kaelan's actions. With the creature able to stand, Kaelan realizes that every act of kindness and care contributes to their collective strength, solidifying the unity they need to face the challenges looming ahead. Chapter 19. The Ambush. As dawn breaks, Kaelan gathers the warriors in the clearing, feeling the weight of anticipation settle over them like a thick fog. The plans they formulated are fresh in his mind, and he knows today's mission is critical for the safety of both the village and the forest. "Today, we embark on a mission that can save lives and possibly reveal the truth behind the shadows," he begins, addressing the concerned faces surrounding him. Tamsin stands at his side, her presence a source of comfort that emboldens his resolve as they prepare to execute their plan. Kaelan scans the group, noticing the mix of determination and anxiety reflected in the eyes of each warrior, reminding him of everything they've been through together. "Let's stay focused and be ready for anything," he adds, instilling a sense of purpose as they prepare to enter the forest once again. As they journey into the forest, Kaelan feels the tension heighten with each step deeper into the shadows that loom ahead. He leads the group with purpose, checking their formations to ensure they stay close and vigilant, ready for any imminent threat. "Stay together and keep an eye on your surroundings," he urges, his voice steady, hoping to maintain a sense of unity among the warriors. Tamsin walks beside him, scanning the trees as she whispers, "Do you think we're prepared for whatever lies ahead?" Kaelan nods, recalling their discussions and the strategies they've developed, feeling more assured with each reminder of their collective planning. Suddenly, a rustling noise breaks the silence, and Kaelan raises a hand, signaling for everyone to halt, instinctively attuned to the possibility of danger lurking nearby. As the rustling grows louder, Kaelan instinctively motions for the group to take defensive positions, every warrior tensing in anticipation. "Keep your weapons ready. Something's moving in the trees," he warns, adrenaline surging through him as he scans the shadows. Tamsin grips her spear, eyes darting between the trees. "What if it's another ambush? We need to be cautious." "Focus on staying together," Kaelan replies, his voice steady despite the flutter of nervousness in the air. "Let's prepare for the worst while hoping for the best." The group forms a tighter circle, whispers of strategy passing around as Kaelan encourages them. "We can handle whatever this is. Trust in your training and each other." Suddenly, a figure bursts through the foliage, and Kaelan finds himself facing one of the woodland spirits they encountered before. Its luminescent form, stark against the darkened backdrop. The spirit hovers before Kaelan, its ethereal glow illuminating the clearing and casting an otherworldly light on the wary faces of the warriors. Kaelan steps forward, noticing the tension in the air dissipate slightly as curiosity replaces fear among the group. "We mean you no harm," he says, raising his hands to show he is not a threat, hoping to bridge the gap between their worlds. The spirit tilts its head, shimmering brightly as if considering Kaelan's intentions, the energy around it pulsing in response to his presence. "Your connection to the forest has been felt. You seek understanding," the spirit replies, its voice echoing like a gentle breeze, soft yet powerful. Kaelan's heart swells with hope. If they can communicate, they might gain insights into the darkness threatening their home and learn how to navigate the challenges ahead. Kaelan absorbs the spirit's words, feeling a sense of urgency wash over him as he responds. "Yes, we seek to protect our home and understand the forces that threaten the balance." The spirit's glow intensifies, illuminating the faces of the warriors, their initial anxiety transforming into a focused determination as they listen intently. "You are not equipped to face what lies ahead," the spirit warns, the weight of its message sinking into the group. Darkness grows in the heart of the forest, fueled by past grievances. Kaelan feels the gravity of the situation settle upon him. "What do we need to do? How can we stop it?" he asks, his voice resonating with a newfound resolve. The spirit swirls around them, its form shifting gracefully. "You must confront the source and unite with those who have felt this darkness before. Only through understanding can you truly protect." Kaelan steels himself, the responsibility to act now resting heavily on his shoulders, determined to rally his allies for the task ahead. As the spirit's presence resonates, Kaelan turns to the warriors, feeling a renewed sense of purpose swell within him. "Gather your strength and knowledge. We are not alone in this fight," he declares, rallying them with a determination that resonates through the air. The warriors nod, their faces a mixture of fear and resolve as they prepare to confront the darkness, aware of the challenges that lie ahead. Kaelan strategizes quickly, outlining a plan to reach out to other nearby clans for support, highlighting the necessity of unity in their approach. We'll send scouts to inform them of our findings. Together, we can form a coalition to stand against this threat, he states, invigorated by the spirit's guidance and the shared commitment among his allies. This decisive moment solidifies his leadership, as he embraces the responsibility and understanding that his role is crucial in fostering cooperation, setting the stage for the unity that will be essential in the battles to come. Chapter 20. Assessing Progress. With the sun rising higher in the sky, Kaelan stands in the village square, gauging the atmosphere after their recent victory against the shadows. He assembles the warriors and villagers, ready to take stock of their progress and the steps that lie ahead, feeling a mix of anticipation and determination. Let's review what we've accomplished and what remains to be done, he says, his voice carrying authority as he surveys the gathered crowd. As everyone settles, he starts to outline the key tasks, fortifying defenses, scouting for intelligence, and continuing to gather resources from the forest. Kaelan feels a surge of pride as the villagers respond with a sense of purpose. Their shared experiences are evident in the way they work together, more united than ever. He notices Tamsin encouraging younger warriors to speak up about their observations, feeling the energy of collaboration fueling their momentum. This beat establishes Kaelan's role as a leader who not only assesses progress, but also fosters an inclusive environment for everyone involved. Kaelan reviews the notes he and Tamsin compiled, mentally checking off the resources they have secured and the preparations still needed. He studies the maps laid out on a nearby table, tracing the routes they've scouted with his finger, considering the best paths to take for the next mission. Based on our findings, we need to focus on the eastern edge of the forest. Reports indicate movement there, he announces, directing everyone's attention to the relevant information. The warriors nod, understanding the urgency, while Kaelan feels the weight of responsibility settle on him, aware that every decision carries significant implications. Tamsin leans in closer, offering suggestions about how to leverage their resources, her insights invaluable as they brainstorm strategies. Kaelan recognizes the necessity of their collaboration, appreciating how sharing ideas not only sharpens their plans, but strengthens their bond as a team. As Kaelan continues to strategize, he notices a group of younger warriors discussing their findings in hushed tones, their expressions filled with both excitement and apprehension. What if we're not prepared for what we find out there? One of them voices, the uncertainty palpable. Kaelan steps closer, wanting to address their concerns directly. I understand your fears, but every journey we take brings new knowledge. We have each other to lean on. Rurik, standing nearby, adds with a hint of skepticism. It's easy to say that now, but when we face real danger, will that be enough? Feeling the weight of the moment, Kaelan responds, his voice steady. It's about trust in yourself and the team. We've faced challenges together and emerged stronger. Tamsin stands firm, supporting Kaelan's stance. We won't let fear dictate our actions. We'll adapt based on what we learn. The dialogue reflects a dynamic shift within the group, fostering an atmosphere where doubts can be confronted and addressed openly. As discussions evolve, Kaelan encourages the younger warriors to voice their thoughts, recognizing the importance of collaborative leadership in overcoming doubts. Let's hear what everyone has to say. Every perspective matters in this mission, he prompts, genuinely interested in their input. One of the younger warriors hesitates, but finally speaks up. What if we miss something important out there? We need to be thorough in our search. Kaelan acknowledges this concern, nodding thoughtfully. That's a valid point. We'll need to double-check our routes and ensure no stone is left unturned. Rurik interjects, and if we do find something, we can't act recklessly. We need a solid plan, reinforcing the need for caution in light of their discussions. Exactly, Kaelan replies, his tone firm as he steers the conversation toward proactive strategies. Let's map out alternate paths to cover more ground and create fallback positions. This encourages a flurry of ideas from the group, showcasing the evolving dynamics and the foundation of trust being built as they prepare to face the challenges ahead. Feeling the energy of collaboration, Kaelan gathers the villagers and warriors one last time to finalize their plans, establishing a clear direction amid the collective enthusiasm. Let's ensure everyone knows their roles and objectives. Communication is key as we move forward, he emphasizes, scanning the faces around him. The group listens intently, and Kaelan feels a surge of confidence radiate as he watches them collectively engage with the outlined strategies. Tamsin raises her hand, suggesting, "What if we schedule regular check-ins while scouting? That way, we can adjust quickly if something changes." Kaelan nods, recognizing the necessity of adaptive strategies. "Great idea, Tamsin. Keeping in touch will be crucial as we navigate the forest." As they discuss the logistics, Kaelan feels a sense of unity solidifying, realizing the diverse strengths of the team combined are greater than the sum of their parts. With plans solidified and accountability established, he senses a renewed purpose among the warriors, reinforcing their shared commitment to the mission ahead. As the day progresses, Kaelan can feel the intensity of the upcoming mission weighing on everyone, but he senses a collective resolve rising within the group. "Let's double-check our supplies and gear one last time before we head out," he instructs, ensuring they are well prepared. The warriors disperse to their packs, carefully reviewing their equipment, while Kaelan feels the buzz of determination and camaraderie surrounding him. Tamsin approaches, her eyes bright with excitement. "I'm confident we can handle whatever comes our way, especially with this team." Kaelan smiles, grateful for her unwavering support and energy, knowing how vital it is to maintain morale during tense times. "Remember, trust in each other and our preparations," he reassures them, feeling the weight of leadership but buoyed by the trust they've built. With the final checks complete, Kaelan gathers everyone together, ready to finalize their plans, feeling a sense of unity that solidifies their purpose as they stand on the brink of adventure. Chapter 21. The Temptation to Retreat. As the morning sun rises, Kaelan gathers the group once more, adrenaline coursing through his veins as he prepares for the risks that lay ahead. "We have to be ready for anything. The dark forces may not be finished with us yet," he begins, feeling the weight of responsibility settle in once more. The warriors listen intently, their faces set with determination, eager to act in defense of their home. Kaelan surveys the area, feeling a mix of confidence and apprehension, aware that their next steps could shift the balance of power within the forest. "Let's head out quickly. We'll start by checking the eastern edge and see if there are any signs of danger," he instructs, the urgency propelling him forward. As they prepare to move, a scout from the earlier party rushes up, breathless and wide-eyed. "Kaelan, there are shadows gathering nearby. We need to secure our position now." Kaelan's heart sinks at the scout's alarming news, adrenaline surging as he quickly assesses the situation and the urgency of their plans. "Everyone, secure the perimeter. We need to regroup and prepare for anything," he commands, the authority in his voice cutting through the tension in the air. The warriors spring into action, driven by the seriousness of the warning, quickly organizing themselves to create a defensive line. Kaelan scans the woods, feeling the forest closing in around them, the shadows growing longer, reminding him of the lingering threats they face. "Tamsin, take a group and scout the area for further signs of movement," he instructs decisively, aware that proactive measures are crucial. Tamsin nods, her expression serious as she gathers a few warriors and sets off to assess the potential dangers, trusting in Kaelan's leadership as she disappears into the trees. This beat emphasizes Kaelan's ability to act swiftly under pressure, utilizing the lessons learned to lead effectively in the face of impending challenges. As the warriors secure their positions, Kaelan feels the palpable tension in the air, aware that every decision made now could have lasting consequences. Rurik approaches, his brow furrowed with worry. "Are we really prepared for whatever is coming? The forest feels alive with danger." Kaelan takes a moment to gauge Rurik's concerns, seeing the anxiety reflected in the faces of others nearby, their trust wavering under the weight of uncertainty. We can't let doubt dictate our actions, Kaelan replies, striving to instill confidence in the group. We've trained for this, and we're capable of facing these threats together. Rurik crosses his arms, still skeptical. But what if we encounter something we weren't prepared for? We've already made mistakes. Kaelan understands the gravity of Rurik's doubts, but stands firm, reassuring the group. Mistakes are part of the journey. It's how we adapt and grow that defines us. As Rurik nods, Kaelan feels a sense of solidarity forming, recognizing that open dialogue is crucial to overcoming challenges ahead. As the warriors stabilize their defenses, Kaelan feels the urgency of their situation growing, a reminder that their next steps are crucial. Let's not linger. We need to prepare for the worst, he urges, shifting into action mode as he begins to assess their defenses. The warriors begin fortifying the perimeter, gathering branches and stones to bolster their protection while Kaelan oversees their efforts, moving purposefully among them. Suddenly, a scout returns from the tree line, breathless and wide-eyed. The shadows are moving closer. We must act now, they warn, their urgency reigniting the tension in the air. Kaelan's heart races, recognizing that time is of the essence. Everyone stay alert. We'll need to adapt our plan based on what we've just learned, he instructs, feeling the pressure of leadership bearing down on him. Rurik, gather a team to head out and investigate the shadows. We need to know exactly what we're up against, he orders, determination flowing through his words. The warriors respond swiftly, but Kaelan senses the underlying anxieties. Facing the unknown remains daunting, and they must trust each other fully to succeed. The tension in the clearing grows thicker as Kaelan organizes the warriors, feeling the urgency of the moment gripping him tight. Let's move quickly. Every second counts, he instructs, the adrenaline pushing him forward as he directs the group to gather the most vital supplies they'll need for the mission. Rurik, now visibly more invested, rallies alongside him, gathering extra weapons while scanning the perimeter for any signs of danger. As the team prepares, Kaelan notices a warrior lingering at the edge, uncertainty etched on his face. What if we're not strong enough to face whatever is out there? The warrior voice shakes the collective determination. Kaelan turns, meeting the warrior's gaze firmly. We are stronger together. Trust in each other and what we've accomplished already. Doubt is our greatest enemy now, he counters, feeling the weight of his words and their importance. The group responds, a newfound resilience washing over them as they gather their resolve, ready to confront whatever may lie ahead, with Kaelan leading the way. With the urgency of their mission driving them, Kaelan feels a surge of confidence as the warriors finalize their supplies and preparations, ready to head into the unknown. Let's move out, and remember our communication plan. Stay in radio contact at all times, he instructs, reinforcing the importance of vigilance as they step forward together. The group forms a strong line, warriors stepping into their roles, and Kaelan finds strength in their unity, a sharp contrast to the uncertainty that had plagued him earlier. Once we get to the trailhead, we'll assess the situation and adjust our approach accordingly, he says, outlining the steps despite the impending challenges. Tamsin looks at him, admiration reflected in her gaze. You've got this, Kaelan. We're behind you all the way. Feeling the weight of responsibility settle around him, Kaelan nods, understanding that their journey is steeped in trust, and with their newfound camaraderie, they prepare to face whatever lies ahead. As they plunge deeper into the forest, he embraces the thrill of the adventure, realizing that every step forward is a testament to their growth and resilience as a team. Chapter 22. The Unraveling. As Kaelan and the warriors reach the outskirts of the forest once more, a chilling sense of foreboding settles over them, marking the beginning of their next mission. They find the area eerily quiet, a stark contrast to the lively atmosphere they had relied on during their earlier encounters. Where are the sounds of the forest? Tamsin whispers, her voice barely breaking the silence, a hint of concern shadowing her excitement. Kaelan feels unease creeping in, his instincts alerting him to something amiss in the environment. The stillness feels heavy, and he knows they must tread carefully. Keep your eyes and ears open. This silence isn't natural, he warns, scanning their surroundings, his determination mingling with apprehension. Just as he starts to gather the group for a strategy discussion, a low growl reverberates from the shadows, and Kaelan's heart races, sensing that they are on the brink of confrontation once again. Kaelan's heart races as he quickly signals for the warriors to take defensive positions, instincts kicking in as the low growl reverberates through the clearing. "Stay alert and ready to react," he commands, trying to motivate the group, even as apprehension creeps into the air. Tamsin moves closer, her hand gripping her spear tightly as she scans the shadows, anxiety mixed with determination flickering in her expression. The ground starts to tremble slightly beneath them, and Kaelan realizes with horror that they may be surrounded, heightening the stakes of their mission. "Check your flanks. We can't let them catch us off guard again," he barks, his voice steady, aware that decisive leadership is essential in moments of crisis. Their earlier lessons about unity and adaptability echo in his mind, pushing him to focus on what they can control as the growling grows louder. A reminder of the challenges they still face. As the growling intensifies, Kaelan's instincts kick into high gear, and he quickly assesses the group's formation, ensuring they're ready for an incoming threat. "Keep your formation tight. We need to support each other," he emphasizes, moving among the warriors as they grip their weapons, every face reflecting a mix of determination and fear. One of the younger warriors, clearly anxious, steps forward. "What do we do if they surround us? We can't fight on all fronts." Kaelan looks him in the eye, understanding his concern, and replies confidently, "We'll grow stronger together. Communicate constantly. If someone spots a weakness, we adapt our strategy." Tamsin, standing close, nods in agreement, her hand steady on her weapon. "We've trained for this. Let's remember what we can do." The warriors exchange determined glances, feeling the collective trust begin to solidify as Kaelan's leadership becomes evident in the face of rising tension. Kaelan knows their ability to stand united against whatever is coming will ultimately determine their fate, and he channels that understanding into his actions as they prepare to face the unknown. As the shadows close in, Kaelan's heart races, every instinct urging him to take control of the unfolding chaos. The warriors brace themselves, eyes darting between the threatening silhouettes, every second stretching into eternity as tension mounts. "Focus on your training. Remember our plan," Kaelan commands, his voice slicing through the uncertainty as he gestures to reinforce their formation. In the midst of the mounting pressure, Tamsin steps forward, demonstrating resilience amidst fear. "We'll defend together. Let's show them our strength." Kaelan feels a rush of gratitude for her supportive presence, her words reigniting the spark of determination within him and the group. His gaze sweeps around the faces of the warriors, all of whom are visibly ready to fight, but are also struggling with doubt, and he knows they need a solid foundation to draw from as they prepare for the confrontation. Kaelan takes a deep breath, reminding himself that each challenge faced will only strengthen their bond, and he vows to lead with courage and care as the moment of truth approaches. Suddenly, a loud rustling erupts from the bushes, snapping Kaelan's focus back to the immediate threat before them. "Here they come," he shouts, adrenaline kicking in as shadowy figures break through the trees, emerging from the darkness with menacing intent. The warriors fall into position, weapons raised, heartbeats pounding as Kaelan instinctively moves to the front, embodying the leadership he has cultivated. "Remember our training. Hold your ground," he urges, feeling the weight of responsibility for their safety as he steadies his gaze on the approaching figures. Tamsin grips her spear, ready to fight at Kaelan's side, her presence a source of strength as she calls out, "We've prepared for this. We can't let fear take over." Kaelan admires her bravery, and despite the chaos, he feels a surge of confidence, knowing their unity will serve as a powerful weapon against whatever they face. As the shadowy figures advance, Kaelan feels a surge of determination deepen within him, ready to protect those he cares about. "Stay close and watch each other's backs," he barks, the urgency in his voice clearing away any lingering doubt as the warriors form a tighter line, unified in purpose. The warriors move as one, their earlier fears transforming into focused energy as Kaelan directs them to hold their ground, assessing their attackers with keen eyes. With the first clash, Kaelan swings his weapon, adrenaline fueling his movements as he navigates the chaos around him, instincts kicking in with every strike. Tamsin and Rurik fight valiantly beside him, their actions coordinated, and the group adapts seamlessly to the shifting threats, which bolsters Kaelan's confidence in their collective strength. In this moment, as they defend against the impending shadows, Kaelan realizes that every lesson learned, every bond forged through trials has prepared them for this, an embodiment of their resolve as they push forward against the darkness. Chapter 23. Seeking Aid. After the chaotic battle, Kaelan gathers his breath, surveying the clearing, now marked by the remnants of the conflict they have just endured. The air is thick with tension, and he feels the adrenaline still coursing through him, the weight of their recent struggle evident in the eyes of his fellow warriors. Let's move quickly. We need to regroup and strategize our next steps, Kaelan instructs, urging them to remain focused amidst the lingering chaos. The warriors nod, some still catching their breath, while others begin to assess injuries and gather fallen weapons from the ground. Kaelan recognizes this is a critical moment. They cannot allow moments of uncertainty to overshadow their success. He quickly decides to head toward the nearest village, thinking that their journey may require outside support to stabilize the situation further. This determination marks a new direction for their mission, emphasizing the need for alliances while propelling them forward in their quest for safety and understanding. As Kaelan leads the group toward the neighboring village, he can feel the weight of their mission pressing on him, the urgency driving every step. The path stretches before them, narrow and winding, with shadows lingering in the edges of the trees, reminding him of the dangers still at play. We need to ensure we approach carefully. We don't know how others will respond after the disturbances, he warns, glancing back at the warriors who are following closely behind. Tamsin walks beside him, her eyes scanning the surroundings. Hopefully they will understand our intentions. We need allies if we're going to face the darkness, she says, sharing his sense of urgency. As they near the village, Kaelan can see the architecture rising in the distance, familiar yet tinged with the uncertainty of their recent experiences. He takes a deep breath to center himself, determined to negotiate their need for support, knowing that building new alliances is crucial for their ongoing struggle. As they arrive at the village, Kaelan notices the atmosphere is tense, with villagers peering cautiously from their homes as the group approaches. The warrior at the forefront calls out, "We mean no harm. We're here seeking allies." But his voice wavers slightly, hinting at the unease that laces through the group. Kaelan steps forward, trying to exude confidence as he gestures for quiet. "We need your help to confront the dark forces threatening both our homes." A villager emerges from the crowd, arms crossed and skeptical. "Why should we trust you? We've had enough trouble from outsiders," he challenges, his tone defensive. Tamsin quickly supports Kaelan, stepping beside him. "We've battled against the darkness together. We know what's at stake here," she asserts, wanting to bridge the divide. Kaelan feels the tension in the air thickening, aware that the villagers' mistrust could undermine their mission. "This isn't just about us. It's about protecting the forest and everyone who calls it home," he implores, hoping to resonate with their shared concerns. As discussions swirl around them, Kaelan senses that winning their trust is essential for the alliance they desperately need. As the villagers deliberate, Kaelan observes their expressions shifting from skepticism to contemplation, the weight of his words hanging in the air. One of the elder village women steps forward, her voice calm yet firm. "I've heard tales of your journey. You've faced real darkness, and that counts for something. Her words resonate with the crowd, a mix of respect and curiosity sparking within them as they consider Kaelan's plea for unity. Rurik, still skeptical, but slowly warming to the idea, adds, "But we cannot act without assurance that you'll stay committed to our cause. Trust has to be earned." Kaelan nods, understanding the need to reassure them as he looks into their eyes. "We are prepared to stand by you. Together we can face whatever comes next." Tamsin supports him, emphasizing, "We won't abandon you. Our fates are intertwined as protectors of this land." The villagers whisper among themselves, deliberating their response, and Kaelan feels a mix of hope and anxiety as he awaits their decision, fully aware that this moment could change everything. After moments of deliberation, the elder woman addresses the crowd again, her voice steady and commanding. "It is time to put aside our fears and consider the path forward." Kaelan feels a rush of gratitude as he senses the shift, the villagers more open to collaboration than before. "Let's hear what they propose," she continues, her tone inviting as she turns to Kaelan and Tamsin, ready to listen to their ideas. With renewed determination, Kaelan explains their plans for uniting their efforts, emphasizing the importance of shared resources and knowledge in confronting the darkness together. As he speaks, he notices several villagers exchanging glances, some nodding in agreement, while others appear hesitant, revealing the complexities of trust and alliance. Tamsin steps in, bolstering Kaelan's message. "We're in this together, and together we can protect the future of our homes." Kaelan recognizes the mixed responses, but understands that this moment of willingness to collaborate has the power to redefine their relationships and the future of both communities. As discussions unfold, Kaelan feels an exuberant shift in the crowd's energy, slowly transforming skepticism into cautious optimism. The elder woman nods appreciatively at Kaelan and Tamsin, acknowledging their determination. "Very well, let us work together, but know that trust is built through action." A murmur of agreement flows through the villagers, their resolve hardening as they consider the possibilities of collaboration. Kaelan feels a surge of hope as several villagers step forward, eager to join in the preparations, a renewed sense of community blossoming among them. "Let's start by fortifying the village together," Kaelan suggests, sensing the unity growing stronger with each exchange. In that moment, he realizes that their shared experiences and commitment can pave the way for a solid alliance. Their determination is a powerful force against the darkness. Chapter 24, The Defining Decision. As they finalize their preparations, Kaelan gathers the warriors and villagers, feeling a palpable tension as they prepare to confront the dark forces threatening their homes. "Today is a pivotal moment for us," he declares, his voice steady and resonant, echoing in the late afternoon light. Eager eyes meet his, reflecting both trust and uncertainty as the group stands ready to face the unknown. "We need to stay united, reinforcing the bonds we've built. This fight is as much about our spirit as it is about our strength," he continues, emphasizing the importance of solidarity in their mission. Tamsin stands beside him, her face filled with determination. "Let's ensure everyone knows their role. We've trained for this moment." Kaelan nods, feeling the rush of adrenaline course through him, knowing that the decisions made now could shape their futures and the safety of their village. With a brief moment of reflection, he understands that the culmination of their efforts has prepared them for the journey ahead, readying him for the challenges they are about to confront. With the rallying call still echoing in their hearts, Kaelan swiftly organizes the warriors into their respective positions, ensuring everyone knows their task as they prepare for the confrontation. "Scouts, you'll lead the way and report back anything unusual. Stay sharp. We need all eyes on the surroundings," he instructs, feeling the intensity of the moment heighten. Tamsin moves among the group, checking in with each warrior, her presence bolstering their confidence as she reminds them of their individual strengths. Kaelan watches as a sense of unity settles over the warriors, their previous doubts transforming into a determination to protect their home. "Let's stick to our plan but adapt as necessary. We need to be prepared for anything," Kaelan emphasizes, remembering the lessons they learned in prior encounters. Feeling the collective focus sharpen, he takes a deep breath and leads the group toward the path that will take them to the heart of the conflict, ready to face whatever lies ahead. As the group sets out, Kaelan leads them down the narrow trail, the dense underbrush closing in around them, the feeling of gravity directing their steps. The warriors follow closely, their expressions a mix of determination and apprehension as they navigate the unfamiliar terrain. Keep your eyes and ears open, Kaelan reminds them, aware that a moment of distraction could lead to disaster. The shadows of the trees loom large overhead, creating an atmosphere thick with anticipation, and Kaelan feels the collective energy of the group as they forge ahead. Tamsin walks near him, her gaze flickering to the treetops, staying alert for any signs of movement. "I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched," she confides, her voice low but steady. Kaelan shares her unease, determining to push forward with purpose, understanding that awareness and adaptability are essential as they continue deeper into the heart of the forest. As they navigate deeper, the atmosphere changes, a palpable sense of tension surrounding the group, each rustle in the underbrush, heightening their senses. Suddenly, they come across a clearing, where the ground is marked with dark, swirling patterns, a clear sign of the dark forces they've been tracking. Kaelan halts, raising a hand to signal the group to stop, aware that they may have stumbled upon the very heart of the disturbance. "This is it. We need to proceed cautiously," he advises, scanning the area for any signs of movement as warriors instinctively gather closer for support. Tamsin leans in, her eyes wide with both fear and determination. "What if they're lying in wait for us? We need to be prepared for an attack." Kaelan feels the weight of her words, understanding the anxiety rippling through the group. "We'll be ready to adapt. Stay alert and follow my lead," he assures, his resolve hardening in the face of danger. This moment presses upon him. Confronting the dark forces will define not just their immediate fate, but the strength of their unity as they face unknown threats together. With the dark patterns marking their surroundings, Kaelan feels the urgency intensify as he directs the warriors to establish a defensive perimeter. "Set up lookouts in the trees and create a buffer around the area. We need to know if anything approaches," he commands, his voice firm and confident. The warriors spring into motion, eager to prepare as the tension electrifies the air around them, each knowing that their actions could spell the difference between safety and chaos. Kaelan takes a moment to assess their positions, ensuring everyone is aware of their roles, his heart racing with the thrill of leadership amid the looming danger. Tamsin approaches him, urgency sparking in her gaze. "What's our next step once we confirm their presence?" she asks, wanting to be prepared for rapid action. Kaelan considers her question, recalling past encounters and realizing that being proactive is key. "We wait for the right moment to strike, but we need to maintain our strength as a united front," he explains, feeling the weight of his decisions pressing down on him. This moment emphasizes his growth as a leader, reflecting the maturity he's gained throughout their journey as they prepare to confront the darkness together. As the warriors take their positions, the atmosphere is charged with anticipation and apprehension, a mix of determination hanging thick in the air. Kaelan stands at the center, feeling the weight of expectation from his comrades, his heart pounding in sync with their collective resolve. "Once we spot the dark forces, remember to act as one. Coordination is crucial in this fight," he instructs, sensing the urgency of their task reinforcing their unity. Tamsin sets her jaw, her eyes sharp and focused, readying herself for the confrontation. "We've trained for this. We can't let fear dictate our actions," she echoes, her courage infectious. Kaelan glances around at the warriors, their trust in him palpable, which serves as a reminder that leadership means nurturing that trust amidst the danger they face. As a rustle in the shadows catches his attention, Kaelan steels himself, ready to act decisively as the moment of truth approaches, knowing that their success hinges on every choice made during this confrontation. Chapter 25. The Preparations. With the battle drawing to a close, Kaelan gathers the warriors around a clearing to take stock of their resources and strategize their next steps. "Let's assess what we have and what's still needed," he says, his voice commanding attention as the group forms a tight circle. As they spread out the collected supplies, Kaelan counts what they've managed to gather: herbs, food, and various tools, feeling a surge of determination mixed with concern for what might still lie ahead. To prepare for the next phase, we need to reinforce our defenses further and consider our approach to the shadows, he emphasizes, recalling the lessons learned from their previous encounters. Tamsin steps forward, scanning the inventory. "We should prioritize gathering more supplies from the surrounding areas. Each resource could be pivotal in the days to come." Kaelan nods in agreement, appreciating her input as he assesses the growing sense of purpose among the group, ready to take action. As the assessment of supplies continues, Kaelan notices a tension momentarily ripple through the warriors as they consider the tasks ahead. "Who should take point for the gathering missions?" one warrior asks, peering toward Kaelan, hope mixed with uncertainty in his voice. Kaelan scans the group, recognizing the strengths of different warriors before making a decision. "Tamsin, I trust you to lead the scouting team. Your instincts are sharp." Tamsin's eyes light up with determination, and she nods, feeling a renewed sense of responsibility settle over her as she begins to gather her team. "Anyone else? We want to cover as much ground as possible," she encourages, rallying support from the group gathered around. Murik steps forward, willing to assist her. "I'll come with you. We'll make sure not to miss anything." Kaelan feels pride swell in his chest, aware that the teamwork is blossoming in a way that strengthens their preparations. "Meanwhile, the rest of us will fortify defenses here. Let's ensure we're ready for whatever comes next," he continues, solidifying the action-based strategy they've established together. As the groups are forming, Kaelan feels a mix of excitement and tension in the air, aware of how their upcoming tasks could affect the overall mission's success. The warriors move with purpose, gathering supplies and discussing strategies, but he notices some lingering uncertainty among them regarding their preparedness. "So, what if we encounter more shadows? We can't risk getting overwhelmed again," one of the younger warriors states hesitantly, glancing anxiously at Rurik. Rurik, still a bit skeptical, adds, "We need to ensure we're not caught off guard like before. This time we need a solid retreat plan." Kaelan senses the rising doubts, but knows they must channel that energy into actionable strategies. "We will be proactive. Let's set up escape routes along with our defenses. We'll know where to go if things go sideways," he replies, his voice steady. He feels a wave of determination wash over him as the warriors begin to respond positively to his reassurance, many nodding in agreement as their collective courage starts to solidify. This beat emphasizes Kaelan's role as a leader and how he is learning to navigate and manage fear, turning it into a focus on preparedness within the group. As the groups prepare for their respective missions, Kaelan takes a moment to observe the warriors brimming with determination, yet noted some lingering apprehension in their expressions. "Remember, our strength lies in our unity and our ability to adapt," he reminds them, emphasizing the importance of staying connected throughout the process. Tamsin moves among the warriors, encouraging them to share ideas on potential strategies while gathering additional supplies. Her enthusiasm is palpable, infusing the group with a sense of hope. However, Rurik lingers at the edge of the group, still wrestling with doubts. "Are we sure about this plan? We need to backtrack and reevaluate if things aren't going according to plan," he states, questioning the direction in front of him. Kaelan recognizes the rising tension in response to Rurik's concerns, but responds with confidence. "Let's keep an open mind. We must remain flexible and trust our instincts to adjust as we move forward." His words resonate as warriors nod, signaling their willingness to stand united despite the uncertainty that looms ahead, reinforcing their commitment to Kaelan's leadership. With their preparations underway, Kaelan feels a renewed sense of confidence as he leads the warriors. aware that decisive actions will guide the way forward. "Let's set up a watch schedule. We can't afford to take chances while we gather intel," he instructs, his voice steady as everyone nods and begins to take charge of their duties. He oversees the establishment of the perimeter, ensuring each warrior knows where to position themselves to maximize their defenses. Tamsin approaches him, her expression determined. "I'll lead the scouts tonight. We can gather any information after dark when the shadows are at their strongest." Kaelan meets her gaze, appreciating the initiative and courage she displays. "Be cautious and stick together. Trust your instincts and communicate constantly." As they finalize their plans, he senses that his leadership has inspired a deeper trust. The warriors move with purpose, ready to tackle whatever comes next, building on the lessons they've learned. This collective readiness reinforces Kaelan's growing confidence, demonstrating how their joint efforts have prepared them for the challenges ahead. As the sun sets, casting long shadows over the camp, Kaelan gathers everyone once more to finalize their preparations before the night's watch. "Tonight we'll test our plans and vigilance," he states, feeling the weight of responsibility returning as dusk envelops the surroundings. Warriors bustle around, checking their gear and reaffirming their commitments to one another, the camaraderie palpable in the air. Kaelan notices the spark of determination in their eyes, a testament to their growth through shared experiences and challenges. "Remember, if something feels off, report back immediately," he reiterates, reinforcing the necessity of communication and unity. With the warriors nodding in agreement, Kaelan feels a sense of solidarity among them, recognizing that their strength lies in their ability to adapt and trust one another. As he steps back to observe the fortified camp, Kaelan can't help but feel a swell of pride. They are ready to face the night together, their preparations a foundation for whatever lies ahead. Chapter 26. The Trust Test. As the night wears on, Kaelan and the warriors settle into their positions, ready to face the dark forces that might threaten them. The air is thick with tension, and the distant sounds of the forest are replaced by an unsettling silence, heightening their senses. Kaelan scans the tree line, aware that they must remain vigilant, every rustle amplifying the feeling of impending danger. Suddenly, a series of shouts pierce the quiet, echoing through the grove, sending adrenaline racing through Kaelan's veins. "Look out! They're coming," a warrior calls, rushing toward the perimeter with urgency written across his face. Kaelan's heart pounds as he processes the sudden chaos, instincts kicking in as he rallies the group. "Everyone to your stations. Prepare for battle." The warriors scramble into action, their earlier calm replaced by urgency, as Kaelan realizes the confrontation they had prepared for is now upon them. Kaelan quickly assesses the situation as warriors scramble to their positions, the tension palpable in the air as shadowy figures emerge from the trees. "Form a line, hold the perimeter," he commands, his voice cutting through the chaos, rallying everyone into action. The warriors respond instinctively, moving with purpose as Kaelan feels the adrenaline coursing through him, sharpening his focus. Tamsin stands resolutely beside him, readying her weapon and scanning the shadows for any signs of movement. "What's our strategy?" she asks, her determination a constant source of strength. Kaelan feels the weight of decisions pressing upon him, contemplating their earlier methods. "We engage only if necessary, but we need to remain defensively strong," he replies, quickly drawing on their training and past experiences. Just as he speaks, the figures rush forward, and Kaelan's heart races with determination. He knows they must stand united against the encroaching darkness. As the dark figures charge forward, Kaelan's instincts kick into high gear, and he dives behind a nearby tree for cover, drawing his weapon with purpose. "Tamsin, signal for retreat if things get out of control," he shouts, knowing their safety must remain a priority. The warriors brace for impact, their forms united, as Kaelan senses the fear simmering under the surface. He glances at Rurik, who appears anxious but resolute, ready to attack. "Remember our training. Work together," Kaelan encourages, acknowledging the trepidation affecting everyone. Tamsin, her spear steadied and poised for action, glances at him, determination flaring in her eyes as she responds. "We can handle this. Stay focused." Kaelan nods, drawn in by her confidence, understanding that their combined strength will be essential in facing the darkness gathering before them. He steels himself, ready to adapt to whatever unfolds as they engage in the fray. Kaelan feels the adrenaline surge as the battle erupts, the metallic scent of tension thick in the air as shadows clash with the warriors. He instinctively maneuvers through the chaos, coordinating movements and shouting commands to steer the group against the onslaught. "Circle up, protect the vulnerable," he urges, his voice rising above the fray, echoing determination against the dark figures. As he glances toward Tamsin, he sees her deftly deflecting attacks, embodying strength while also watching for openings to strike back. Kaelan manages to evade an incoming attack, adrenaline guiding his movements, and he assists another warrior who is cornered, reinforcing their defenses as he rallies the fighters to push back the shadows. "We can't let them gain the upper hand. Fight for each other," he calls, feeling a sense of solidarity forming as they begin to reclaim control over the clearing. This moment tests Kaelan's leadership and resilience, demonstrating his growth as he navigates the complexities of the battle with strategic thinking and unwavering resolve. This moment tests Kaelan's leadership and resilience, demonstrating his growth as he navigates the complexities of the battle with strategic thinking and unwavering resolve. As he glances toward Tamsin, he sees her deftly deflecting attacks and reinforcing their defenses as he rallies the fighters to push back the shadows. As he glances toward Tamsin, he sees her deftly deflecting attacks and reinforcing their defenses as he rallies the fighters to push back the shadows. This moment tests Kaelan's leadership and resilience, demonstrating his growth as he navigates the complexities of the battle with strategic thinking and unwavering resolve. As he glances toward Tamsin, he sees her deftly deflecting attacks and reinforcing their defenses as he rallies the fighters to push back the shadows. As he glances toward Tamsin, he sees her deftly deflecting attacks and reinforcing their defenses as he's very proud of. With the tide of battle shifting, Kaelan feels a surge of determination as the warriors begin to push back against the dark forces, reclaiming their ground. He glances around at the team, noticing some warriors regaining confidence as they rally to each other's sides, inspired by their previous successes. "Stick together. We're fighting for our hoes, for those who can't defend themselves," he shouts, his voice ringing with conviction, igniting a fire in those surrounding him. Tamsin fights fiercely alongside him, the two of them moving in sync, each strike reinforcing their bond as they become a unified force against the onslaught. Yet in the chaos, Kaelan also sees a few warriors struggling, their earlier confidence wavering under the relentless pressure. "Don't lose heart. Remember the support we've built. Together we can overcome this," he calls out, channeling the spirit of camaraderie as he presses into the fray with renewed vigor, determined that their strength will see them through. As the battle reaches a fever pitch, Kaelan feels a rush of exhilaration, the adrenaline pushing him to fight harder for those around him. The shadows begin to retreat, the warriors' renewed resolve forcing the dark figures back into the depths of the forest, a clear sign of their unified strength. "Keep pressing forward, don't let up now," he shouts, his voice carrying over the noise as they gain momentum. Tamsin lands a decisive blow against one of the shadows, and Kaelan watches as the darkness dissipates with a flash of light, her bravery inspiring those fighting alongside her. A deep sense of pride wells up within him, realizing that the bonds they have forged through trials now act as formidable weapons against the encroaching threats. As the last of the shadows retreats, Kaelan takes a moment to catch his breath, looking around at the group, warriors and villagers standing together, their faces a mix of exhaustion and triumph. This victory reinforces Kaelan's growth as a leader, reminding him that every struggle faced has strengthened their unity, and now they are poised to confront whatever challenges lie ahead. Chapter 27. The Execution of the Plan. As the sun rises, Kaelan gathers the warriors and villagers in the center of the clearing, feeling the weight of the upcoming mission pressing on him. "Today, we put our plans into action," he announces, a sense of determination fueling his voice as he surveys the eager faces around him. He lays out a dynamic approach, detailing how they will blend scouting and defense to maximize their chances of success against the lingering darkness. "Let's use what we've learned. Every tactic should be flexible so we can adapt to whatever we encounter," Kaelan emphasizes, knowing that flexibility is crucial for their survival. Tamsin nods, her eyes bright with enthusiasm, as she prepares to lead the scouting team once more, ready to put their strategy into practice. Kaelan feels a swell of pride as he watches the warriors move with purpose, their momentum fueled by confidence and unity, ready to face the challenges that lie in wait. As the group begins to move, Kaelan divides the warriors into teams, his voice commanding yet encouraging. "Scouts, you'll take the lead. Gather information and report back swiftly. Remember, we need eyes on the forest. No unnecessary risks," he instructs, feeling the urgency of their mission resonate through the air. Tamsin assembles her scouting team, a confidence infectious as she reminds them to stay alert and communicate effectively as they venture into the shadows. Meanwhile, the others work to reinforce their defenses, gathering supplies to bolster their position in case of an immediate attack. Kaelan moves among his comrades, offering quick words of encouragement, ensuring everyone's contributions are valued as they all play critical roles in the mission's success. The warriors set forth, their resolve palpable as they embrace their roles, bolstered by the preparation and unity they've cultivated throughout their journey. Kaelan feels a mix of anxiety and excitement as he watches them go, understanding that their readiness and trust in one another will define their fate in the upcoming challenges. As the warriors set off in their assigned groups, Kaelan watches intently, his heart racing with anticipation and a tinge of worry about what they might discover. The scouts disappear into the forest, but Kaelan can feel the collective spirit of the group bolstering him, reminding him that they are facing this together. "Stay alert and stay in contact," he calls after them, knowing the importance of maintaining communication in a place filled with uncertainty. Rurik, now part of the defensive team, catches Kaelan's eye and raises an eyebrow. "Let's hope they can find something useful," he mutters, his skepticism creeping back into the mix. Kaelan senses the doubts lingering among the warriors, but decides to address them head-on. "We've trained for this. Trust in the skills we've built together," he responds, determined to instill confidence in the group. As they finalize preparations, Kaelan feels a shift. The lingering worry of doubt is overshadowed by the readiness to face the unknown ahead, a testament to the unity they have forged through shared challenges. As the warriors begin executing their roles, Kaelan watches closely, ensuring everyone is aware of the plan and contributing to the mission. Tamsin, leading her scouting group, navigates through the trees with skill, her instincts guiding them as they search for signs of the dark forces. Kaelan feels a mix of pride and anxiety as he assesses the progress. "Keep communicating. Report back if you see anything unusual," he calls out, his voice resonating through the trees. Suddenly, another warrior approaches, breathless and wide-eyed. "There's a disturbance nearby. We need to investigate," he says, concern visibly etched on his face. Kaelan's heart races at the news, realizing that every moment counts. He quickly rallies the nearby warriors, shouting, "Let's adapt and move. We'll respond to whatever is threatening us." The team shifts, energized by Kaelan's decisive actions, ready to face the unknown challenge as they navigate through the shadows, the urgency of the situation driving their collective momentum. As the news of the disturbance spreads through the group, Kaelan feels a surge of determination to act swiftly and decisively. Rally everyone now, we need to form a strategic position around the area, he orders, his voice cutting through the mounting tension. The warriors respond without hesitation, moving quickly to follow his commands, their trust in his leadership palpable as they fall into a coordinated formation. Kaelan's heart pounds in rhythm with their collective energy, knowing that their ability to adapt to the situation is vital. He assigns specific roles, directing some warriors to scout ahead while reinforcing their defenses with those positioned at the rear. Stay alert for any size of movement. We can't underestimate the enemy, he emphasizes, feeling the weight of their mission pressing on him. With renewed focus and urgency, Kaelan realizes that this moment, a test of their unity and strength, will determine the outcome of their efforts, setting the stage for future confrontations. As they settle into their positions, Kaelan conducts a final assessment of their surroundings, the atmosphere thick with anticipation and a hint of anxiety. Everyone, let's stay sharp. We've come too far to let fear shake our resolve, he encourages, his voice steady and unwavering. The warriors nod, their faces set with determination, as they prepare for whatever may come from the shadows. Kaelan feels the collective energy of the group intensifying, a mixture of trust and vulnerability weaving among them as they await the unknown. Remember, we stand together. Each step we take is part of a greater purpose, he reminds them, reinforcing their commitment to their shared mission. As they take a collective breath, Kaelan realizes how their unity has evolved, standing at the brink of action, ready to face the impending darkness as one. Chapter 28. The Confrontation. As the sun sets, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Kaelan takes a deep breath, knowing that this is the moment they have been preparing for. The warriors gather around him, tension palpable as they ready themselves for the critical confrontation that lies ahead. Tonight, we put everything we've learned into action and face the darkness together, he declares, his voice steady as he scans their determined faces. With weapons gripped tightly, the group waits, adrenaline coursing through them, all senses sharp and aware of the impending danger. Kaelan feels a rush of purpose as he continues. Stay focused on our mission, and remember the importance of trust and communication. As the warriors nod, a shared sense of commitment solidifies among them, ready to tackle the challenges that await them in the shadows. This pivotal moment marks the culmination of their efforts, with Kaelan leading them into the unknown, embodying the strength they have built together. Kaelan leads the group through the dense underbrush, every rustle and snap echoing in the stillness as they approach the heart of the forest. Stay close and watch for any movement. We don't want to be caught off guard again, he reminds them, his voice low but firm. The path winds ahead, filled with shadows as the daylight fades, the air thickening with unspoken tensions and the expectancy of confrontation. Tamsin walks beside him, her expression reflective as she carefully considers their surroundings. Do you think we can really count on the spirits to guide us through this? She asks, uncertainty flickering in her eyes. Kaelan glances at her, his resolve steady. They've already shown us the way. We just need to remain open and trust in our bond with them. Suddenly, a chilling howl interrupts their thoughts, prompting Kaelan to halt, adrenaline surging as he signals for the group to remain silent and still. He can feel every heartbeat around him, aware that the darkness is drawing closer. And he knows that this moment requires the clarity and courage he has cultivated through their journey. The howl fades into an unsettling silence, and Kaelan senses the weight of scrutiny from the warriors around him. Their eyes searching the encroaching darkness for any sign of danger. He feels their tension radiating, and his heart pounds in unison with the rising fear, pushing him to take control. Let's stay alert and maintain our positions, Kaelan advises, his voice strong and composed, attempting to bolster the group's confidence. Tamsin readies herself beside him, her grip on her spear firm as she nods at Kaelan's resolve, reflecting the strength of their bond. Kaelan scans the shadows once more, trying to identify any movement that might signal an attack, while focusing on calming the nervous energy bubbling among the group. "Remember our training. We've prepared for this moment," he reminds them, striving to shift their anxiety into a collective strength. As he speaks, Kaelan feels a spark of determination ignite within, knowing they must confront whatever lurks in the shadows with unity and courage. As the forest holds its breath, Kaelan feels the tension electrifying the air, and he tightens his grip on the totem, the weight of its power reassuring him. Suddenly, a figure darts from the shadows, the unmistakable silhouette of a dark creature charged with malice, leading a surge of dark forces into the clearing. "Here they come," Kaelan shouts, adrenaline surging through him, as he swiftly motions for the warriors to take their defensive positions. The air fills with battle cries and the clang of steel as warriors move into action, determination shining in their eyes as they confront the looming shadows. Kaelan notices Tamsin charging into the fray, her spear glinting in the fading light, and he feels a mix of pride and fear, motivated by her unwavering spirit. "Stay close to one another. We'll push them back together," he commands, his authority cutting through the chaos as the warriors rally around him, ready to defend their home. In this tumultuous moment, Kaelan embraces his role as a leader, drawing on everything he has learned to protect his allies and the village from the encroaching darkness. As the dark creatures surge forward, Kaelan feels the adrenaline driving him as he leads the charge, determined to protect his comrades. "Focus on the strategy. Form up and strike when I give the signal," he calls, his voice cutting through the clamor of the skirmish. Warriors move with precision, trusting in the plan they established, and Kaelan quickly evaluates the strengths and vulnerabilities of the shifting battle around them. Tamsin fights fiercely at his side, her movements fluid and purposeful as she deflects an attack, giving Kaelan the opening he needs to counter. Together, they push the front lines against the advancing shadows, their unity transforming each strike into an expression of their shared determination. In the heart of the fray, Kaelan realizes that his leadership is not just about issuing commands. It's about fostering trust and resilience among those he fights alongside, shaping their combined strength into an unstoppable force. As the battle rages on, Kaelan feels a surge of energy as they begin to gain ground against the dark creatures, each moment reinforcing their commitment to the fight. "Keep moving, let's press them back," he shouts, his voice ringing with authority as he coordinates their attacks, feeling the unity of the group strengthen with every movement. Tamsin, inspiring others with her fierce presence, lands a solid blow against a creature, eliciting cheers from the warriors as they witness their collective efforts bearing fruit. With shadows retreating, Kaelan instinctively leads a charge toward the heart of the darkness, trusting that the warriors will follow his lead and stand together. However, he remains vigilant, aware that underestimating the enemy could lead to disastrous consequences, pushing him to strategize on the fly as they advance. In this moment of victory, Kaelan understands that fostering resilience and adaptability has been crucial. It is this very ability that shapes their destiny as they strive to reclaim their home. Chapter 29: The Aftermath. With the echoes of battle still lingering in the air, Kaelan stands amidst the clearing, surveying the aftermath of their confrontation with the dark forces. The ground is marked by signs of the struggle, broken branches, scattered debris, and the weight of hard-earned victories evident in the expressions of the warriors around him. "Let's take stock of our progress," he instructs, his voice resolute as he begins to gather the group for a critical assessment of their efforts. Kaelan notices the variations in demeanor among the warriors. Some radiate pride and relief, while others exhibit fatigue and concern from the recent skirmish. Tamsin approaches, her spirit undiminished. "We've pushed them back for now, but we need to address the losses we took," she reminds him, her gaze reflecting a determination to recover. Kaelan nods, understanding the importance of acknowledging their achievements while also confronting the reality of their sacrifices. The moment crystallizes the need for introspection while paving the way for future strategies. He knows that every insight will shape their responsibility as protectors of their home. Kaelan takes a moment to assess the supplies at their disposal, meticulously reviewing what they gathered during their preparation and what remains to be done. Let's evaluate our resources. We need to be strategic about our next steps, he says, his voice steady as he lays everything out before the group. He sorts through the medicinal herbs, food supplies, and weapons, feeling a growing sense of urgency as he realizes the importance of every item in light of their ongoing battle. Tamsin stands nearby, cataloging their findings and adding her insights. We should prioritize healing supplies for the injured. We can't afford to lose anyone else, she states, her focus sharp. Kaelan nods in agreement, recalling how vital each decision will be as they move forward, wanting to ensure everyone feels heard and valued in their roles. Let's allocate more resources to those at the front lines. They need our support now more than ever, he announces, aware that the state of their preparations will directly impact their ability to face the darkness looming on the horizon. As the warriors review their supplies, Kaelan senses a mix of relief and apprehension ripple through the group. Aware that the earlier victories came at a cost, he surveys the collective mood, noting some warriors clasping their weapons tightly, doubt flickering in their eyes, while others rally with a renewed sense of purpose. Let's not forget what we've accomplished together, he reminds them, taking a moment to reinforce their camaraderie. We fought fiercely and successfully pushed back against the darkness. Tamsin chimes in, her voice filled with conviction. We've learned and prepared, and we're positioned to face the next challenge stronger than before. However, Kaelan can't help but see the uncertain expressions, particularly among the younger warriors, their resolve still shaky after the recent intense experiences. Every battle shapes us, Kaelan insists, his tone firm yet encouraging. This isn't just about our strength in combat. It's about our ability to move forward together and support one another. His words resonate, gradually dispelling the lingering doubts, and he feels a newfound strength from their shared commitment, sensing that the path ahead is one they will take as a united front. As the warriors digest Kaelan's encouragement, they begin to take their positions more confidently, a sense of belonging and purpose blooming among them. Let's allocate roles based on our strengths. Everyone has something valuable to offer, Kaelan declares, outlining how they can play to each other's abilities. The younger warriors start to buzz with ideas, energized by the recognition that their contributions matter and can make a difference. Seeing the shift in dynamics, Tamsin looks at Kaelan, her admiration evident. You've really brought us together. It's different now, she acknowledges, her voice filled with warmth. Kaelan feels a sense of pride swell within him. He understands that fostering such unity is vital for their mission and will set the tone for future encounters. The warriors start organizing themselves, discussing specific tasks, and as they work, the trust in their collective strength reinforces Kaelan's belief in their ability to overcome whatever challenges come next. As the plans solidify, Kaelan notices a tangible shift in the group's energy. The atmosphere is filled with determination and a collective sense of purpose. He watches Tamsin rally a few warriors, their laughter and banter echoing softly in the air as they prepare for their tasks, reminding him of the camaraderie forged through shared challenges. Let's not forget to check in with each other regularly, Tamsin states, her enthusiasm infectious, aligning everyone with the mission's objectives. Kaelan feels a wave of gratitude for her presence, knowing her leadership skills are invaluable to the group, and that they complement his own. He encourages the team. By cooperating and covering each other's weaknesses, we will be ready to handle any situation. His voice cutting through the bustle with authority. The warriors nod in agreement, a renewed sense of trust reinforcing the bonds within the team, reinforcing Kaelan's understanding of the importance of unity moving into the challenges that await. With the collective efforts in place, Kaelan gathers the warriors one last time to solidify their resolve before they embark on the next phase of their mission. Today we face challenges together, he says, his voice ringing with clarity and purpose, as he scans the determined faces gathered around him. He feels a surge of confidence as he addresses the group. What we've prepared for matters. Our teamwork and unity will be key in what lies ahead. Tamsin stands at his side, her presence a comforting anchor, as she offers a reassuring smile to the warriors. Every one of us has a role to play. Together, we can overcome anything. As Kaelan watches the warriors nod in agreement, he senses that their earlier doubts have shifted to a deeper commitment, unity strengthening around their shared goals. Let's remain adaptable, ready to change our tactics as needed. Our strength lies in our ability to work together, he reinforces, feeling the camaraderie within the group solidify. With unwavering determination, Kaelan prepares them for the journey ahead, knowing their commitment will define their path as they move forward into the unknown. Chapter 30. Moment of Clarity. Kaelan stands at the edge of the forest, the memories of the recent battles etched in his mind as he embraces the dawn of a new day. The morning light spills through the trees, illuminating the path ahead, filled with possibilities and uncertainties. With each breath, he reflects on the journey they have undertaken, the challenges they have faced, and the bonds they have forged along the way. In the clearing, warriors busy themselves, preparing for the next steps in restoring their home, their laughter contrasting the weight of the previous conflicts. Kaelan feels a sense of clarity wash over him. He understands now that their shared experiences have shaped not only their mission, but also his own growth as a leader. He recognizes that this is more than just a battle against darkness. It is a journey of unity and identity that will continue to evolve in the days to come. As Kaelan takes stock of their resources, he notices the warriors discussing how to best use what they've collected, their collaboration reflecting a new level of synergy. Let's not underestimate the herbs we gathered. They could be vital in strengthening our defenses, he suggests, eager to encourage their shared responsibility. Tamsin nods, brainstorming alongside him. We should create salves and potions first, just in case we face more injuries. Kaelan watches as the other warriors begin sorting and organizing the supplies, their newfound confidence evident in their movements. Feeling the momentum build, he smiles at their eagerness, realizing that each contribution matters and reinforces their mission. Together, we'll enhance our strategies, ensuring everyone feels empowered and equipped for what lies ahead, he says, instilling a sense of purpose. This collaboration transcends mere preparation. It marks a turning point, one that shapes not only their current mission, but also the bonds forged within their community. As the group continues organizing their supplies, Kaelan notices some warriors exchanging glances, concern etched on their faces about whether their preparations will be enough. One warrior steps forward, hesitantly voicing his worries. What if we face something stronger than we anticipated? I can't shake the feeling that we might not be ready. Kaelan feels the weight of his gaze, recognizing the vulnerability in their doubts. Every possibility is a chance for us to learn and adapt. We're not facing this alone, he reassures them, wanting to instill a sense of unity in their efforts. Tamsin adds, we have each other's strengths to draw upon. If something goes wrong, we will face it together as a team. Kaelan meets the looks of concern spread across the group, seeing the seeds of trust forming, even in the shadow of fear. He takes a breath, aware that this moment is a chance to solidify their bond. Let's channel our concerns into determination. We will be ready to adapt to whatever comes our way, he states, feeling the resolve in the air shift as they prepare to take on the challenges ahead. As they finalize their tasks, Kaelan gathers the group to discuss their next steps, seeking to clarify their mission in light of the concerns that have surfaced. We need to remain adaptable, prepared for anything we might face, he emphasizes, looking around at the warriors, their expressions reflecting a mix of determination and apprehension. Tamsin speaks up, pointing out, we should consider varying our strategies based on what we've learned from our encounters and the resources we've gathered. Kaelan nods, appreciating her insights, He recognizes that flexibility will be their ally in the battles ahead. Let's brainstorm potential scenarios. What would we do if we encounter stronger forces, and how can we utilize our strengths to turn the tide? He urges, fostering an atmosphere of open discussion. The warriors begin exchanging ideas, speaking with passion as they engage in strategizing. Kaelan feels a sense of empowerment building among them. Watching the collaboration unfold, he understands that their ability to adapt and brainstorm together not only fortifies their plans, but crystallizes their bond as a united team, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. As they gather around, Kaelan sees a palpable shift in the atmosphere, the warriors rallying together with a sense of renewed purpose. He listens intently as they share strategies and ideas, each conversation filled with hope and determination that reinvigorates the group's spirit. Tamsin is particularly vocal, emphasizing the need for communication and collaboration in executing their plan when she suggests, "Let's establish signal points along the routes we're taking. We can stay in touch even if separated." Kaelan nods appreciatively, inspired by her initiative and understanding the importance of these insights in fortifying their approach. "You're right. Staying connected will be crucial," he responds, fostering an atmosphere where everyone can contribute freely to the conversation. With each idea shared, Kaelan feels his confidence surging, a reminder of how far they've come, and he knows that the growth of their collective strength will be fundamental as they prepare to face the unknown. With their plans in motion, Kaelan takes a moment to absorb the energy of the group, feeling a strong sense of unity sparking among them. "Let's not lose sight of why we're doing this," he says, his voice clear and cutting through the excitement. "Every decision we make is about protecting our home and each other." The warriors nod, understanding the importance of their mission as they ready their gear and prepare to set out. Tamsin looks at him, her respect evident. "Your leadership has brought us together, Kaelan. We're in this as one." Feeling the buoyancy of her words, Kaelan reflects on his journey, recognizing the growth he has experienced and how it has shaped who he is. As they prepare to leave, he understands that their shared resolve and bonds forged will be vital in facing the challenges ahead. "Together we'll reclaim our safety," he asserts, feeling the collective strength surge around him as they finally step into the unknown. Chapter 31. Resuming life with new perspectives. Back in the village, Kaelan resumes his daily tasks, but there's an unmistakable shift in his demeanor. His movements more purposeful and infused with newfound confidence. As he walks through the familiar streets, he notices the villagers glancing at him with a mix of admiration and curiosity, whispers of respect drifting through the air. Kaelan takes a moment to engage with the elders, offering a respectful nod as he acknowledges their presence, feeling the weight of their expectations resting on his shoulders. "Kaelan, your return has brought hope," one elder remarks, a proud smile forming on her lips. "We see the change in you." He smiles back, a sense of pride welling within him as he reflects on the journey that has shaped his leadership. While gathering supplies from the market, Kaelan also feels the sense of duty deepen. He's no longer just a villager, but a protector with a vital role in their community. This transformation becomes evident in his interactions, as he encourages others to share their thoughts and ideas, fostering a collaborative spirit that resonates with those around him. As Kaelan collects herbs from the market, he can't help but notice how the villagers engage with him differently than before, curiosity sparking in their eyes. "Kaelan, what's the word on the forest? Have you found any solutions?" a villager asks, excitement bubbling under the surface. Kaelan meets the gaze of the inquirer, feeling the responsibility of his newfound role surge within him. "We're working on it. The forest has many secrets, but we're committed to understanding them." He continues to gather supplies, exchanging ideas with the villagers about herbal remedies and preparations for the upcoming challenges, their conversations flowing with camaraderie and purpose. "I've heard you're leading the charge against the dark forces. That's quite brave," another villager interjects, admiration coloring their tone. Kaelan smiles, appreciating their support, yet a flicker of doubt creeps in. "Bravery isn't without fear. I'm just doing what needs to be done," he replies, wanting to ensure they understand the weight of the responsibility he carries. As they share their knowledge, Kaelan feels an even deeper connection with his community, recognizing that they are all in this together, each contribution bolstering their strength for the journey ahead. As Kaelan continues to engage with the villagers, he notices a small group of younger warriors watching him, their expressions filled with admiration and curiosity. One of them, a teenager named Rhea, approaches hesitantly, her eyes bright with anticipation. "Kaelan, will you teach us how to fight? We want to help protect the village too." Kaelan feels a wave of pride at their eagerness, but also the weight of responsibility that his leadership entails. "Of course, Rhea. Learning to defend yourself is important, but it's equally essential to think strategically," he replies, remembering the balance between strength and wisdom. Tamsin steps forward, supporting Kaelan's initiative. "I can help. We can practice drills together that focus on both combat and teamwork," she says, her enthusiasm infectious. The other young warriors nod eagerly, encouraged by the prospect of training and feeling a renewed sense of purpose. Kaelan watches their excitement bloom, understanding that fostering this spirit among the next generation is crucial to a village's future, and he feels grateful to have support from Tamsin in mentoring them. This moment highlights Kaelan's transformation from student to teacher, exemplifying how his journey has shaped his understanding of leadership within the community. With the training sessions planned, Kaelan gathers the young warriors in a clearing just outside the village, the sun casting a warm glow over their eager faces. "Today, we'll focus on the basics of defense and teamwork," he announces, feeling a surge of pride as he watches them listen intently. Tamsin steps forward, demonstrating the proper grip on a weapon, explaining how posture can affect balance and strength in a fight. "We'll work on drills that promote cooperation, not just individual strength," she emphasizes, her voice filled with encouragement. Kaelan notices the excitement in the young warriors' expressions, their confidence blooming as they engage with Tamsin's instructions. However, he also senses some hesitation among a few, their earlier admiration for him now tangled with the fear of failure. "Remember, every great warrior started where you are now. It's okay to stumble. It's part of learning," Kaelan reassures them, his tone warm and inviting. As they practice, he feels a sense of fulfillment, understanding that this investment in their future strengthens the village's legacy and their collective resolve. As the training progresses, Kaelan moves among the young warriors, offering feedback and encouragement as they practice their techniques. "Good work. Remember to keep your stance steady," he advises one aspiring warrior, feeling the pulse of confidence growing within the group. Tamsin takes note of the improvements, cheering the group on as they begin to gain momentum, their excitement infectious. Kaelan pauses, observing how they interact with one another, sharing tips, laughing off mistakes, and supporting each other through the learning process. "Let's take a break and discuss what we've learned so far," he suggests, wanting to foster a space for reflection amidst the physical exertion. As they gather, Kaelan facilitates a dialogue about their experiences, encouraging everyone to share insights and ask questions about the techniques practiced. Feeling a sense of accomplishment, he realizes that he is not just preparing them for battle. He is nurturing a sense of community and resilience, ensuring the village's legacy continues through the generations. As the training session concludes, Kaelan gathers the young warriors for a moment of reflection, feeling proud of their progress and the bonds that have formed. "Today was about more than just practice. It's about learning to stand together as a community," he begins, his voice steady and sincere. The warriors listen intently, a sense of camaraderie building among them as they share their experiences and lessons learned. Tamsin adds, "Every skill we develop makes us stronger, not just as individuals, but as a team. You all did incredibly well today." Kaelan notices the grateful expressions of the young warriors, their enthusiasm growing as they realize the importance of their contributions to the village. "Let's remember that this journey is ongoing. We need to keep practicing and supporting each other," he emphasizes, knowing the future of their village relies on their unity. In this moment, Kaelan feels a sense of fulfillment. He understands he has not only mentored them, but also inspired a generation ready to protect their home. Chapter 32. Mending Relationships. Kaelan stands in the village square, feeling the weight of recent events settle around him as he prepares to address the community gathered for the festival. The atmosphere is vibrant, filled with laughter and chatter, yet a sense of unresolved tension lingers as he reflects on the recent struggles they faced together. He clears his throat, stepping forward to earn the attention of the villagers, and they quiet down, curiosity piqued about what he has to say. I want to take a moment to acknowledge not just our victories, but also the challenges we've encountered, he begins, wanting to ensure everyone understands the importance of their experiences. As murmurs of agreement ripple through the crowd, Kaelan continues. Each of you played a crucial role in our resilience, and together we have overcome obstacles that could have torn us apart. He notices Tamsin and Rurik in the crowd, their supportive expressions bolstering his confidence as he speaks from the heart. In acknowledging both triumphs and struggles, Kaelan recognizes the need for unity in moving forward, setting the stage for mending relationships and fostering collaboration within their community. As Kaelan continues speaking, he notices a group of villagers whispering among themselves, their expressions a mix of admiration and curiosity about his words. Your bravery during the struggles has inspired not just the warriors, but the whole community, one villager calls out, breaking through the crowd's tension with an encouraging cheer. Tamsin smiles, proud of Kaelan's growth as a leader, but she also notices Rurik standing back, uncertainty still lingering in his eyes as he processes the moment. Kaelan, what happens if the darkness returns? Rurik asks, his voice tinged with concern, testing the foundations of the unity they've built. Kaelan meets his gaze, assessing the fears that still haunt them. We'll be ready, he states firmly, recalling the knowledge they've accumulated and the bonds they've forged together. A murmur of agreement rises from the crowd, as Kaelan realizes their trust is rooted not only in recent victories, but also in the shared commitment to face future challenges head-on. This dynamic reinforces the progress made in their connections and prepares them for the ongoing journey ahead, illustrating Kaelan's evolution as both a leader and a member of the community. As Kaelan continues to address the villagers, he sees a flicker of understanding spread through the crowd, a realization that they are all part of something greater. One of the younger villagers, inspired by Kaelan's words, raises a hand and asks, "What can we do to help? We want to protect our home too." Kaelan feels a wave of gratitude for their eagerness, recognizing that this is the moment to solidify their collective strength. Your participation is crucial. Join us in the next training sessions and bring your ideas for how we can enhance our defenses. Tamsin chimes in. Every voice matters. Together we can formulate a plan that ensures safety for everyone. The villagers begin to discuss their concerns, sharing insights about their experiences and how they can contribute, signaling the birth of a collaborative spirit that was once hesitant. Kaelan watches as connections are rekindled among the villagers, a sense of unity blossoming as they begin to envision their roles in the community's defense. In this moment, Kaelan recognizes the transformative power of their shared journey, understanding that their growth is as much about mending relationships as it is about preparing for the future. With the villagers now engaged and contributing ideas, Kaelan feels the momentum shift in the room, the air charged with potential and shared commitment. Let's identify specific roles for everyone, he proposes, eager to ensure that each villager feels valued and empowered by their involvement. Tamsin begins jotting down the various suggestions that arise: scouting teams, defense duties, and community education programs about the forest and its dangers. Every strength counts. Those who know the woods best should be on the front lines of scouting, Tamsin suggests, looking around for agreement. Kaelan notices a young villager, eyes bright with enthusiasm, stepping forward. I can help with that. I know the hidden paths well enough to navigate around trouble. Then you'll join the scouts, Kaelan affirms, feeling a surge of excitement as the younger warriors start to see the roles they can play. With each contribution, he observes the villagers finding their voices, the hesitance they once felt, replaced by a proactive spirit, signaling their transformation into a united front, ready to protect their home. As discussions continue, Kaelan observes the villagers collaborating, their energy palpable, as they share insights and strategies, working as a cohesive unit. He feels a sense of pride swell within him, realizing how far they've come from the earlier hesitations and doubts that once plagued their efforts. Together we can build not just defenses, but a community that thrives on trust and support, Kaelan states, his voice filled with conviction as he reinforces the foundation they've established. Tamsin smiles at him, appreciation shining in her eyes, as she walks among the group, encouraging new ideas and bolstering morale with her spirited presence. Kaelan takes note of a few younger villagers discussing their desire to learn more about combat and defense, eager to take on new responsibilities. Each of you has the potential to become a guardian of our village. We have proven that our strength lies in our unity, he encourages, wanting to ensure everyone feels included in the growth of their community. This moment underscores Kaelan's transformative journey as a leader, revealing how the dynamics within the group have shifted to embrace collaboration and shared aspirations, creating a strong foundation for the future. With their plans firmly set, Kaelan stands at the center of the village, feeling the pulse of energy around him as the warriors and villagers prepare to implement their strategies. Let's make sure we check in with each other regularly, he reminds the group as they gather their supplies, emphasizing the importance of communication and unity. Tamsin encourages the younger villagers, instilling confidence as she says, "Each of you has a role to play. Your contributions will make a difference." As they organize, Kaelan overhears snippets of conversation, warriors discussing itineraries for scouting, while other villagers prepare supply caches to support ongoing efforts. He feels a swelling sense of gratitude for the community's commitment to protect one another, realizing how their collective experiences have forged bonds that inspire trust and resilience. In this moment, Kaelan understands that the journey ahead will require not only their preparedness, but also the deep connections they've built, solidifying their strength as they face whatever challenges lie in wait. Chapter 33. New Beginnings. Kaelan stands in the village square, the vibrant festival surrounding him, filled with laughter, music, and the scent of delicious food wafting through the air. He takes a moment to soak in the joy of the occasion, aware that the hardships they've faced have led them to this moment of celebration and unity. The villagers gather, sharing stories of their recent triumphs and the preparations that lie ahead, reflecting a newfound strength and resilience that has grown from their collective experiences. Feeling invigorated, Kaelan steps forward, wanting to acknowledge everything they've achieved together and the bright future that lies ahead. I want to take a moment to celebrate not just our victories, but the spirit of collaboration that has brought us here. He begins, his voice carrying warmth and sincerity. As the crowd quiets, Kaelan knows this moment is not just about the festival. It's a testament to their journey and the connections forged through struggle, setting the stage for new possibilities. As Kaelan continues speaking, he notices the younger warriors eagerly discussing their training experiences, their excitement palpable as they share tales of what they've learned. "We've never worked so well together before," one of them exclaims, reflecting the camaraderie that has blossomed among them. Another warrior chimes in, "I feel ready to help defend the village now. There's so much we can do." Kaelan watches proudly as their enthusiasm spreads, recognizing that this newfound confidence marks a significant shift in their perspectives and ambitions. Tamsin stands nearby, nodding with satisfaction, her smile reflecting the joy of seeing everyone embrace their roles. The collective energy strengthens, and Kaelan understands that fostering this spirit of collaboration will give rise to more robust alliances, ensuring their community remains steadfast against future challenges. This moment acts as a catalyst for Kaelan, solidifying his belief that they can achieve anything together, and he feels a renewed sense of purpose in leading them forward. As the villagers celebrate, Kaelan catches sight of the elder women gathering nearby, their expressions filled with pride and gratitude for the young warriors stepping into new roles. They whisper among themselves, sharing stories of their ancestors and how their courage has been rekindled by the efforts of the current generation. Kaelan approaches them, feeling a mix of appreciation and humility, wanting to acknowledge their influence on his journey. "Thank you for your guidance and support throughout all of this," he says sincerely. One elder smiles knowingly, her eyes twinkling. "You have grown into a leader, Kaelan. We see the strength you bring to our people." He feels a warmth spread through his chest, acknowledging how far he has come, and the weight of their trust now holds even more significance. "Let this new spirit guide us," Kaelan responds, inspired by the history they share and the legacy they're building together. In this moment, he understands that their collective journey and experiences will shape not only their present, but also the future of their community as they face whatever challenges lie ahead. With the celebration in full swing, Kaelan takes a moment to reflect on how their shared experiences have fueled a deeper sense of purpose among the villagers. As he watches the young warriors engaging with the elder women, exchanging laughter and tales of bravery, he recognizes how the community is evolving, embracing new roles and responsibilities. This newfound sense of identity strengthens Kaelan's understanding of his mission, not just to protect, but to nurture growth and collaboration within the village. He notices Tamsin speaking with a group of children, demonstrating techniques with her weapon, while sharing stories of the forest's magic, bridging the gap between generations. Kaelan smiles, feeling a swelling pride in what they have built together, aware that the roots of their community run deeper with each shared lesson. This moment solidifies for Kaelan that their journey is ongoing, filled with new ambitions, and he feels excited about the potential futures that await them as they stand united against whatever challenges may emerge. As the festival continues around him, Kaelan feels invigorated and resolved, recognizing the newly forged connections and alliances among the villagers. He steps to the forefront, ready to address everyone and solidify their newfound spirit. "Our journey has shown us the importance of unity and trust," he begins, and the crowd quiets, their attention focused on him. "We've faced darkness together and emerged not just as survivors, but as a stronger community," he emphasizes, his words resonating in the hearts of those who have fought alongside him. Warriors share glances, a mix of pride and determination reflected among them as they recognize their shared growth. Kaelan gestures to Tamsin and the young warriors, who are now engaged in lively discussions about their training. "This new generation is ready to protect our home, and we must support them." As applause rises from the crowd, the sense of possibility blossoms, showing that the risks they've taken have opened doors for their future. Kaelan understands that their collective journey will continue to shape their identities, and he is prepared to lead them into the possibilities and challenges that lie ahead with unwavering resolve. As the sounds of laughter and celebration fill the air, Kaelan takes a moment to appreciate the scene before him. Villagers engaging with one another, sharing stories, and celebrating their recent victories. He observes the young warriors training, showcasing their skills with enthusiasm, and feels a sense of hope for the future. This is just the beginning, he thinks, realizing that the bonds forged through trials will create a legacy that extends beyond their immediate challenges. Kaelan looks around, catching sight of Tamsin deep in conversation with one of the village elders, their laughter a reminder of the new alliances that have formed. He steps closer, feeling a wave of gratitude for the support he has received throughout his journey, and recognizes that their experiences have prepared them for the uncertainty that still lies ahead. As the sun begins to set, casting a warm glow over the village, Kaelan envisions the adventures and challenges that await, ready to embrace whatever comes next with the knowledge that they stand stronger together.